Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Thursday, September 29th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect to see clear skies with a high of 85. Coming up on OTB, we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal, and LSU executive chef Michael Johnson joins the show for some munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome in to another OTB T-Bop. Jake, Mario, Danny, the boys are here with you. The weekend is here as well. Not the excellent male solo act that I used to think was a band for the longest time that Danny just saw in LA. No, the actual weekend. October weekend. Scary season weekend. Boys, you got your Halloween decorations up yet? Jake?
Katie has them up. I can't take credit for any pumpkins. She's
Okay.
got the pumpkins
Good
out.
job.
But yes, they are out.
No stolen valor. Well, but there's a difference in pumpkins and Halloween. Potentially. Maybe not. Maybe not if we're talking about, like, you know, Halloween-y pumpkins. Are we talking like a general fall decor is up in your house? Or
I think it's,
are there
I
creepy
think it's
crawlies
I think it's
and
like
spookies?
I think it's a mixture pumpkin-wise, and then like it truly comes out on October the 1st.
Okay, that's what I was basically
Yeah, like
getting
the
at.
inflatables and
Yeah.
all the things that we talk about. Yeah, those come out October the 1st.
Danny, Mario, now that y'all are roommates, any big plans as to Halloween decorations?
The spider webs were there before I got there. They're still
Okay,
there.
Excellent. Yeah, for sure.
That was kind of funny.
So did Mario live in this space already?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely spiderwebs.
Yeah, look, I think that I think that like kind of rotten meat smell that the apartment has, I think that was a really nice touch.
Yep.
I don't know why y'all were doing it all the way from like the springtime on, but like I think that's a really nice Halloween touch. The bloodstains as
Yep.
well, really, really great.
Yep.
I love to see the boys get in the mood for the season.
We'll go get some pumpkins soon.
It is the reason for the season. I mean, I don't care. Even when you're a single bachelor and you don't, maybe you're in an apartment or whatever, so you don't have a yard or anything to decorate, carving pumpkins is still a good Halloween night of fun, right? Have some friends over, drink some beers, drink some liquor, carve whatever you want, have some scary movies on in the background. That is just, that's just pure, good, wholesome American fun. I listened to the It Follows soundtrack all morning this morning, which is very good. Kind of just good casual listening, although it definitely is very dark and weird and creepy at times, but it has got me in the spooky season mood. Also, never forget, Danny always does incredible off-the-bench graphics and rejoins for spooky season. So we're just a couple of days away. We're also a couple of days away from another LSU game, from the Saints traveling to London to take on the Vikings. And the new football weekend begins tonight. And so we will celebrate said weekend as we look to the weekend a bit later in the show. Top 5 college games of the weekend, top 5 NFL games. Spoiler alert, the prime battle tonight should be fantastic.
Yep.
With Tua Tagovailoa taking on Joe Burrow. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Bengals favorites here, which we can discuss that a bit later on as well. So everybody's doing well. A little check around the room. Good, Jake? Good?
Good. I woke up with a sore throat. That's good. That means a couple of things.
Okay.
It means it's cold outside.
Okay.
And it also means it's football season, like fully in, because we're talking so much.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's a little bit of a pain, but you know what? It's a good pain.
So you're talking about sore throat from over usage?
Yes.
Okay.
But also the cold weather, I feel like, plays its part.
Yeah. No,
I'll
for
take
sure.
it.
For sure.
I'll take it.
Mario, you doing well?
Doing good, man. A little conflicted about this game tonight. Still don't know what side I'm going with, but other than that, doing good.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Wow, y'all hate Joe Burrow.
The hook, if it was just 3, I'd be all in on the Bengals. The hook is freaking me out a little bit here. We'll get into it a bit later. Danny, what are you doing? How you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah, doing well?
What are you doing? How you doing? What's up?
I'm thinking, we'll talk about it a bit later. Let's start talking some LSU football. As yesterday, the news broke during the show that Garrett Dellinger will be out this Saturday, Jake, with a broken hand. It was also confirmed yesterday that TJ Finley will not play. So there is no threat, like Brian Kelly was talking about on Monday, of having to prepare for both quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It is Robbie Ashford season. And whoever the number 12 was that came in. Who was it?
He's not going to play. I can't imagine he's coming in unless he has to.
I agree.
No disrespect, young gent. Maybe you'll have your time with some more seasoning. It's just not right now.
Okay, so before we get to the Auburn side of the equation, I do want to talk about Garrett Dellinger and what it means. And I kind of want to talk about a more general question here, Jake, a base question, which is this LSU offensive line good? Like, if we were to rank them at the end of the season, would they be a top 5 O-line in the SEC? It's a big ask, right? Because you have 2 freshmen starting tackles. You have a new starting center. It's an O-line that looked really bad against that very good Florida State defensive line. But no, like they got embarrassed on that night. Now, it's not the same guys. I guess the reason why I asked this question, Jake, is because I have kind of fallen head over heels for this O-line the past 2 games. Remember, even after Southern, I was not very bullish on this group.
Yeah, you're probably the other way.
Yeah, I was.
Southern.
Yes, I thought they were still very bad. But what I saw out of the tackles against Mississippi State, what I saw against New Mexico dealing with all of the movement and everything else that they had going on, it has made me a bit of a believer in this line. But I'm wondering, am I being a bit of a slave to the moment here? Like, how impressive are the performances against State and New Mexico? And is this a legitimately good O-line, or is it just a group that put together a couple of good games?
It's a fair question to ask because it's been up and down. But the good part about this up and down is the up has been consistent. Like the down to start the season, and you've continued to get better. So it hasn't been back and forth.
It's fair.
And so you haven't really had anything to go off of to say that it can't continue to get better. And, I mean, we could sit here and we could throw up Noah Cain's touchdown run against New Mexico, and it was a great effort by Noah Cain. But, like, even watching, like, Will Campbell just absolutely collapse down the line and give a running back space like that as a true freshman, it's just remarkable. And you take a little bit of a hit. I mean, Dellinger's been one of the highest graded players on the offensive line in the entire conference. So missing him this game against I think a good defensive line.
Well, they're best. I mean, I when I was watching, Jake, I didn't think anybody was particular. I thought number 25, the interior guy, is their best pass rusher, or their best D lineman. So you losing your best interior lineman is not ideal when their best guy is also in the interior.
It's Hall and Wooden. They're really good players. They're Sunday players, no question about it. So it's going to be, okay, who can step up? We assume Anthony Bradford obviously goes to one of the positions. Do you try to keep him consistent there at right guard and you move Frazier to left guard? I mean, you have bodies that have already had starts in the SEC, so that is a positive for you. But, look, you're going to miss Dellinger. There's no way we can come on here and say, oh, it's not going to be that big a deal. He's maybe been the most consistent offensive lineman, so it will be a big deal, but you need somebody to step up who's already had to start games in the SEC.
I do. I think this. I think that you are you have lost, as Jake said, your best lineman, which obviously you are worse because of it. I also think, though, Jake, that you're probably best positioned to lose a guard because of the depth that you just talked about. So it's a bad, but not as bad as it could be situation.
Yeah, tackle would be a
worse.
problem.
That would be way worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with how weak right tackle looked before the emergence of Emory Jones. I also believe that when you look at this Auburn team and the death spiral that they are currently in, that losing Dellinger is no excuse to suddenly feel like LSU is not going to win this game. This is not like, as we'll talk about later, like Joey Bosa going on IR or something, which is literal wins and losses. This is not losing your quarterback. It sucks. It makes you worse, but not bad enough to where you should not go into Jordan-Hare and win. And I mean, look, they're down a quarterback, right? Like it is what it is. I'm more interested long-term on Dellinger because he had surgery, right? And the plan is for him to come back relatively soon and be playing with a club. Playing with the club's very hard as an offensive lineman. I think it's a bit easier as a D lineman. And I know I've talked to a couple people about that, and the joke's been like, oh, well, you can't hold. I think ironically, it would lead to more holding.
With your offhand, yeah.
Yeah, because instead of being able to keep your hands inside and grab like you're supposed to, maybe because you can't grab, you end up wrapping a little bit. So this is something that Garrett Dellinger is not probably going to feel right again for the rest of the season. Like he's just, it sucks. It is what it is. It's football. This is something that he's going to have to deal with and try to overcome the rest of the year. But that question of, is this a good offensive line? I am fascinated by. And if they are, they should handle an Auburn defensive line. I'm not terribly impressed, especially not with the ends. The interior guys, again, I thought looked pretty solid. Well, one of the ends, I'll get their names, but
no,
like,
I mean, I know you're talking about.
If LSU is going to be a good offensive line, they need to win this battle.
I mean, Derek Hall is a player that's done it for a long time in the SEC. He's one of the ends. I'm sure that's probably who you're talking about. Colby Wooden is somebody that's done it at a high level. I mean, Marcus Harris has been okay in the middle. So they've got some capable bodies for sure up front. I mean, I think they got.
Yeah, see, I didn't think. Yeah, Marcus Harris did not. To me, he looked like a weak link on that on that line for sure.
I mean,
Colby Wooden is the guy that
he played okay against
Mizzou.
Penn State, but you're right. I mean, Marcus Harris did play bad against Missouri. I mean, Colby Wooden is definitely the guy interior wise. Now, Derek Hall is somebody that can flash, but it's not a consistent flash, and so you can't allow him to get that confidence going, because he's one of those pass rushers that once he gets it going and he feels like he has an advantage, he can take full advantage of that advantage. So they've got able bodies up there up front. It's definitely, I would say, probably their strongest position group on the entire team. I would say is maybe, and that's not even saying like, oh, they're, top tier. But I'm just, when you look around the groups, maybe running back.
Good on that
roster. That's kind of what I'm hinting at here. So it's a group that's played a lot of football in the SEC and has had some success.
And look, granted, they only give up 14 last week, right? But I do think that between Jane Daniels, all the weapons, this offensive line figuring out, this LSU offense should be able to find consistent success. Coming up next, I want to speak on Auburn a bit and what this game means for them. We mentioned a death spiral. Jake just talked about not allowing, who was it, to gain confidence? Because you could expand that to
Derek
the entire no, it wasn't Hall. It was the other one. Or maybe it was Hall. It doesn't matter. The point is, you could expand that to the entire Auburn team.
Yeah,
this is a team that is very mentally fragile right now. You cannot let them get any confidence going. How do you do that? We'll talk about it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to GEAUXroof.com, GEAUXroof.com, 927-8300, 927-8300. You call up that number, all your roofing problems, you're going to get a beautiful new roof every shingle time. I love Bobby and Tommy and the boys and girls over there at Go Roof. You will too. When you just look at their commercials, right? They're always very funny. You can call them up, hit them with the roofs up. But. When it comes to the actual work, it's serious business. And they get that, okay? And they stand by their work. That's why, of course, everybody's licensed, bonded, and insured. Come on, man. But that's why they give you a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of that manufacturer warranty. And if you don't believe me, look, just go check it out today. Call 927-8300. See how easy it is to set up a time, to have them come out to your home, give you that free professional estimate. Storm season is here. Whether you're looking to be proactive or if a storm does come by, you need to be reactive. Go Roof is there for you. GEAUXroof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off MSRP on our new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Join us for a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. Luke Johnson's drinking tea in London, so he's out. But Jason Caldwell of Inside the Auburn Tigers give us a look at those Auburn Tigers. Hunt and Hill, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I like it like that, she working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I like it like that, she working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I'm a thrower. Her neck and her back hurt.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back to OTB, 104.5 ESPN 94.7, 100.3, 7:30 a.m. The Tiger, Shreveport. So if you're wondering why a top 5 lap dance song of all time, just re-welcomed you to the
maybe
program.
top 10.
You're not going to put it on top 5 lap dance songs?
Yeah, top 10 maybe.
Okay, well, either way. Jake has come up with a game in which we will be rotating through the boys today. And for the bumper music, you have to choose a song that was one of the top songs the year in which you graduated high school.
Yeah.
What this game is proving to me here early on is that I don't know how fondly I look back on some of the early aughts music. I don't think it's a very auspicious time for music.
This is 2004, so You'll be next. Did y'all graduate the same year, or Mario, you a little bit older?
No, I'm a few years ahead of Danny.
Okay, yeah, so we'll go T-Bob, Mario, Danny, then it comes back to me. We each get 3.
I mean, I like some of these, like, nostalgically, because they remind me of being a child, but these are not songs
I'm good with
that
this.
I would
Juvenile.
casually listen to. Buy You a Drink? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that one.
Classic.
Yeah.
It's got its, hey.
Umbrella by Rihanna?
Ain't nothing wrong with that one either. I guarantee you, Buy You a Drink comes on a dance floor. You're going to do a little shuffle, you do.
Party Like a Rock Star?
No, that's a bad song.
Party Like a Rock. Jeez. It's all pretty bad,
Dude.
But I would dance to all of these. That's not saying much. That doesn't mean anything.
Look, just figure it out.
Okay.
Whenever it's your choice, in 9 minutes from now, just come with a banger.
Ugh, sheesh. All right, we'll see. Okay, so I do want to talk Auburn right now, Jake, because they're in a death spiral. There's all kinds of toxic rumors around the program. A.J. McCarron yesterday was saying that it's already been, that Harsin has already been informed that he is going to be fired. Obviously, Harsin's camp and Auburn are vociferously denying this.
God bless you.
That said, the firing feels not like an if but when sort of situation, right? The firing feels inevitable. It would have happened last week had Mizzou nailed either of the kill shots that they had lined up. They did not, and Harsin survives by the hair on his Harsini sin. So the question now is, first off, here's my first question, Jake. Or the first point is, this is a program, because of these struggles, that, as we just said at the end of the last segment, they're fragile right now. Okay, they're like they're like a brittle metal, or like, if you have you ever seen when like geologists or people, Jake, they'll have a rock and they know like the exact place to hit the rock to split it. You know, it's a rock though. It appears like it's solid. Like, what the hell? Like, if you hit the thing with a hammer, you're just gonna chip it. Yes, but if you know where it's very fragile. Right, that is Auburn right now. They may still appear to be a functioning SEC football program. And if you give them a little hope, they can still maybe pull something out of their ass. I mean, we've seen it too many times in Jordan Hare. But if you jump on them early and you jump on them often, well, you can break them quite easily. They're very brittle. My question with you, Jake, is kind of larger scope with Auburn. If you fire Harsin, how do you hire someone when you don't even have an AD yet? Because that's the other thing in all this. Alan Green, the man who hired Brian Harsin, I think is still technically working the job, but he is out as AD. They don't have anyone hired yet. It feels very bad on September 29, 2022 to be an Auburn Tiger football fan.
What's wild about it is, like we talked about yesterday, they still only have one loss. They have one loss in the season.
Yeah,
now,
I mean,
look, I'm going somewhere, but I understand what it's looked like, and it hasn't looked great. The one team that you've played that has been worth anything, they beat up on you. They embarrassed you. A Big Ten school came down to the SEC, and they were more physical than you. They looked faster than you. All those things can't happen. But they do only have one loss. So it is wild to think that a team that has one loss, no matter what they do, it doesn't matter. Like, that's a wild feeling to have. But that's where you're at if you're Auburn. Like, you don't think that your coach can do anything right now. Now, we don't think they can rally off 7 wins in a row or anything either. So I understand that part of it. But, I mean, they've recruited. I mean, it's Auburn. I mean, the last 2 classes, they've been 19th and 21st in the country. They still have players.
How many of those, I wonder, are still there? They did deal with a lot of triage, a lot of attrition.
They brought a lot of people in, too.
That's fair.
So,
but, I mean, you know, it's a lot of guys that, are they playing and how good are they, right? Like,
I mean,
Zach Calzada.
Ashford is a transfer from Oregon.
Well, he's playing, but how good is he?
I mean, TJ Finley is a transfer from LSU.
After watching more of that Missouri game, Robbie Ashford is terrified to throw the ball.
You're only allowed to say his name like
Robbie
FIFA.
Ashford.
Yes.
He's terrified of throwing it, Jake. He is like, absolutely. You can tell that Harsin and company are putting a premium on not throwing picks. And I don't want to ever hear someone call Jaden Daniels one read and run until you watch a Robbie Ashford game. because that's actual one read and run. I mean, it is the first year and then immediately tucking it and getting after it. So, I guess the talent level of Auburn compared to that of the majority of college football is still higher. It still feels like it's on the lower end of the SEC scale.
Okay, and so I'm kind of building, so you have some talent there, but when you turn on the tape, that talent disappears.
Yeah.
And so that's going to fall on the coaching staff. And the coaching staff, they're treading water. Can you imagine going into the office every day knowing really doesn't matter what you do, you're probably not going to be back, and you only have one loss. So it's not like you're 1-4 right now, and you're like, okay, I get it. Like in their minds, probably like, guys, we lost to number 11 Penn State. Now we got beat up, but we won last week. But the optics of it, when you're from the outside and you're not inside that building, look completely different. And you mentioned they don't have an AD right now. They'll get an AD. The AD will be put into place. That AD will go and find their next head coach. Now, my question is, if you move on from Brian Harsin, which seems inevitable at this point, who in the blue hell would want to touch that job? And I know money.
It's tough.
And I know it's Auburn. I know it's the SEC. You can get somebody. You can get a body in there. But is that body going to be worth anything? Because if I'm a coach, if I'm anybody, any name you want to throw out there.
Like, say, Jamie Chadwell, somebody who should be up for a lot of jobs.
Why in the world would I go to Auburn, leave Myrtle Beach, South Carolina?
Yeah.
I'm only making I'm making $900,000 a year. I can probably go make $4 at Auburn. Is it worth it? I mean, truly, I mean that. And I know money's a hell of a thing. Or do I want to pull a Billy Napier and say, I'm good, I'll stay here, I'll wait. Whatever the next job comes open, I'll take that job, because Auburn and Nebraska feel as toxic as they possibly can be. The expectations don't meet what the actual job is, and it's so difficult. And Auburn maybe more than Nebraska.
I think Auburn's in a worse
because
I think
of
Auburn's
the boosters.
absolutely in a worse spot than Nebraska is. Nebraska, at least, I feel like could rally behind the right man, and they don't have, as we always talk about, Georgia and Saban.
Well, yes, and you play in the Big Ten West, which is way more wide open than the Big Ten East. I mean, the East has Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, as we know. Like, you play in the West, and that's going to go away probably soon, but you're only adding Oklahoma and Texas, so what's that going to look like? I mean, it's not going to get any easier. So who can they get to take that job? It's going to have to be somebody that you incredibly overpay and convince them to leave wherever they're at, or it's going to have to be somebody that doesn't have the skins on the wall, and they're going to have to prove it at Auburn, which is never a good recipe for success.
Well, that's where it gets a bit interesting. If I wanted to offer up some hope, Jake, you don't actually have to look far, right? Look at Tennessee. An almost parallel situation. Like, remember how toxic that job was after the Schiano debacle? Fans, the mob rule, Phil Fulmer kind of little fingering ADs and putting himself in there, and then out. They didn't have an AD.
Little fingering from Game of Thrones. Get your mind out of there.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. I thought it was assumed.
Well, I mean,
political machinations, essentially.
Yes, I just cleared it up for everybody.
Very fair. Good point. I didn't think about that. But they didn't have an AD. They didn't have a head coach. They hired UCF's AD, and he's like, all right, dude, I'm just going to hire that guy. Even though he would have never gotten the Tennessee job otherwise.
If it weren't for Danny White, he wouldn't have.
And it has paid massive dividends. Now, unfortunately, I do think that is probably the exception rather than the rule. But if you're an Auburn Tiger listening, like, you at least have that sort of life raft of hope to cling onto. You know what I feel? I feel we owe these dudes, okay? They murdered one of our coaches not long ago, okay? And the memory is long, and I hold a grudge, and I do not forget. And I remember the SEC Thunderdome, in which Gus Malzahn and Les Miles entered a battle to the death, one decided by a couple of feet. Only it was Malzahn at the end of the day who lopped the head off of Miles. Well, guess what? It's revenge season, okay? And revenge is a dish best served cold. And it's going to be cold, and it's going to be rainy, and I demand the head of Brian Harsin. Champ saying T-Bob just killed LSU for this weekend. Jesse McCormick saying, I don't like this talk either, Champ. A wounded tiger is at their most dangerous. We aren't going to like this either.
Well, they're the War Eagles.
Yeah, so. They're a few different things. But also, like Jake told you yesterday, there's no excuse for this team to take it lightly. It's Auburn. It's shirt and hair. You got to be locked in. you got to go kick their ass. And if you didn't like that talk, guess what? I put the second biggest bet of my life on LSU to cover. How about that? You're like, oh, but T-Bob, you lost the biggest bet of your life against FSU. Well, guess what? Yeah. I burned my hand on the pot, Jake, but you know what that means? I don't got any nerve endings left, okay? True. I could burn myself again and not feel a damn thing. So give me Brian Harson's head on a silver platter and let me laugh as the blood trickles out the stump. That's what I want this weekend. Coming up next, here on OTB, we'll talk a little bit of Saints. And we got Coach Frank Scelfo line up coming on here in about 10 minutes. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to DonaldsonGlassandBody.com. Donaldson Glass and Body, man. You want to extend the life of your vehicle. We're always talking about it, man. Donaldson Glass and Body, they can get you there. The best mechanic shop in the state, man. And the reason being is like, look, this is not some place where they feel the need to take advantage of you to maximize profit. They're doing fine. Wait till you go and see the facilities for yourself. There are a lot of cars rolling out and in and out of that building. What that means, though, you can trust DG&B to get you back on the road safely, affordably, and with just what your car needs.
You're exactly right, T. I mean, they're going to be transparent throughout the entire process, not going to trick you with some huge bill at the end and something you don't understand. They're going to walk you through it. They're going to ask, do you want to do this to your vehicle? And they're going to get it done, and they're going to get it done right the first time over Donaldsonville Glass and Body. You can check them out online, dgbauto.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I am Juliette, daughter of Marguerite, granddaughter of Gabriel Piera. I come from a line of strong women who knew struggle and success too. Still, I was scared by my breast cancer diagnosis, but I had Blue Cross coverage, which meant I got care from top doctors. I'm strong like my mother and her mother before her. The right card, the right care.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only...
NFL is back. Our coverage starts Sunday at 10 a.m. with Magnolia Bluffs Football Sunday with Jimmy Ott, immediately followed by the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders at noon, right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Soldier Boy, tough. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy. You just gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Soldier Boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy? That Superman? Now why me crank that Soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier Boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy?
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I'll be damned as doesn't take me back to
I was about to say
WCA room 211.
I know.
The only thing I don't understand about the Soulja Boy era, still to this day, are the glasses. They seem so annoying to wear. You know the glasses I'm talking about? Do you remember them? They were the glasses that basically were like you were looking through a like window blinds. Like partially open window blinds. You know what I'm talking about? Like, like the bars across the front.
That's Kanye's.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy's he wrote his name on.
Okay. But conceptually, they're around the same time, and it's the same thing. These are not see-through materials. These are opaque.
Yeah.
Opaque types of situations. Like, how annoying would it be to look through those glasses? I never understood it. Can never quite make
that
peace
whiteout
with it.
he put on there?
Yeah, this, and I was about to say, this looks like
Paper
Soulja Boy maybe before he got famous, but no.
No, that was his signature glasses.
I was gonna say the earrings look like yeah, and they're the Kanye glasses. Neither one. Never made sense.
Oh yeah, it's rubbing off on this one. That's definitely Papermate whiteout.
It looks
For
like
sure.
Whiteout, dude. Okay, but that said, whatever. I guess in 2007, Superman was a fun song. It was a good time. We're about to talk to Frank Scelfo here in a couple of minutes. Boys, real quick on Saints-Vikings on Sunday. The Saints black helmets are tight.
Yep.
Pull up the picture of Demario Davis at practice, Danny.
When they released those,
I don't know what went wrong.
I didn't love it,
release. I
and
agree.
it was not a great release. But when you see these things in person, I told y'all this a couple of weeks ago. They're legit in person, and Demario Davis should be the uniform model for every future release.
Yeah, I mean, Demario Davis already looks like a Dragon Ball Z, like Predator, like fighter, like just so badass. But look at this, the black with the black jerseys, dude, and the visor and the dreads leaking out the back of the helmet. Demario Davis looks so incredibly intimidating. So yeah, I don't know exactly what went wrong with that original release, but I am hyped to watch them play in these things on Sunday. Here's to hoping that they can do those black helmets justice. Jameis yesterday talking about how he's basically rehabbing his entire body right now, trying to get ready for Sunday. Maybe we'll touch on that a bit more later on in Big Deal or No Big Deal.
Early kick.
8:30 a.m.
It'll be bright and early there, but I'm glad the Saints have gone over there to get their bodies adjusted, because that can be very difficult. Some teams will leave on Thursday night to try to get adjusted to it. I know some time zones, like on the East Coast, it's not as bad, but I think your body just needs that time. Even if you're on the East Coast, it needs that time to be able everything going around. I mean, it's a wild week. It really is. There's a lot going on, so I'm glad the Saints have been over there for a while.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Focusing on the things that I need to work on.
This is awful. This is all for radio. I had something, but now I have nothing.
Line up.
Oh, dang it, Bobby.
Well, I mean, yes, line up whenever Frank Scelfo calls. We'll talk a little Southeastern, but no, it was something on the Saints. I don't know. They do need this one as desperately, though, as any game this entire season. As we said, the difference between 1 and 3 in this scenario and 2 and 2 is everything. It is a massive difference. Right now, let's go to our guy, Frank Scelfo, head coach of Southeastern. Line up. Let's go. Huge win last weekend over Incarnate Word on an awesome Hail Mary. Coach Scelfo, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How y'all doing?
We are doing very well. It's always great to hear your voice. One of the most charismatic people that we ever interact with. Man, hey, take us back to last week, dude. How awesome was that?
No, it really was good. You know, a team like that comes into town, and, you know, we always feel like we got a home field advantage at Strawberry Stadium. And, you know, we played. It was a hell of a game. You know, went back and forth the entire game, and then be able to hit a play like that at the end and win it was really awesome for our team and our school.
Coach, I want to ask you this. Okay, so you know you have a good football team, and you're playing against these FBS teams to start the season, and the game against UL was actually a good game to watch on tape, but then you take some lumps there, but you know you have a great team. Like, do you have like a refocus moment with your team saying, okay, that part of our schedule is done. Now we have to focus in on what we have, because the next game, I mean, you come out and you win 70-6, and then you beat a top 10 team last week. Did you have that conversation with your team to kind of see maybe where their confidence level was at?
You know, Jacob, I think it's like when you compare your guys on tape to some guys at Lafayette or some guys at Florida Atlantic, two really good teams that we played against, and you see our guys going toe-to-toe with them, and you know, outrun them in places and outplaying them at times, but it just wasn't consistent. That's what we didn't get. And I'm not saying we're going to win those games, but we should have been closer in those games, and we pointed out on film, here you are. We just got to keep doing what we're doing on a consistent basis. You don't have to be spectacular in anything. You just got to be consistent. And you guys know that it's not the guys that make the great plays are the ones that it happens for. It's the ones that make the ordinary plays on a consistent basis. And that's where our focus was the entire time. It's not, you know, it's not really a recalibration of what we were doing, because we trust our process. It's more or less, look, guys, you can compete with anybody. You just got to do it on a regular basis.
Yeah, and one way to compete is scoring a lot of points, gaining a lot of yards, and y'all did a lot of that with Cole Kelly over the past couple of years. What's it been like replacing someone that was so elite at the most important position on the field?
Yeah, it's tough. There's an adjustment, obviously for the whole team, for the coaching staff, right? You know, you got to try to figure out what we really do well, what the new guys coming in do well. But you do that at every position. You know, it's not like it's just the one position. Everybody's got to adjust. And even guys that are returning should be a little bit better than what they were the year before. And, that's where we point. We go in that direction, and we point that way, and do the best that you can. You don't have to be the best one out there. You just do the best that you can.
All right, Coach, so obviously you've got Murray State coming up this week. Kind of give us a scouting report on what this week looks like for you. Going to be another home game. Murray State struggled so far on the season, but what can we expect from Murray State?
Yeah, you know, I think their struggles have been on offense with the quarterback position. They had a preseason all-conference player at quarterback, got hurt in Texas Tech game, hadn't come back. They had a backup that just got healthy last week, and he really played pretty good. So we suspect that's where the direction they're going to go into, but who knows, right? And then defensively, I think they run around well. They fly around to the football. They just hadn't gotten any help on offense. Their defense has been on the field this season taking a lot of snaps. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a physical game. I know that. They're a very physical football team, and we have to play that way.
Coach, you mentioned loving Strawberry Stadium. What's your favorite part about playing at home? By the way, 6 p.m. kickoff against Murray State this Saturday in Strawberry Stadium.
Yeah, I think it's the tents in the end zone, you know, that and the student section. But the tents in the end zone, those things are awesome, man. There's a lot of cooking and drinking going on during the course of the game, and you know you can hear them. It gets pretty good. T-Bob, you'd love it. I know that.
I mean, cooking and drinking, Coach. I mean, come on. Dude.
Exactly. You know, I can't figure out. You did a big bourbon pour thing last night. I saw it, and here you are up early in the morning doing this.
Hey,
man, you're big time.
Hey, the cannon raised me, Coach. If you want to hoot with the Owls at night, that's fine. But you got to soar with the Eagles during the day. It's the bottom line.
You're soaring, big dog. You are soaring.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask you about the Southland Conference. Last time you and I were talking, we knew there was going to be some teams leaving. There was going to be some shuffling around. So now that you know what the conference looks like kind of after 4 games, where some of the teams, that you're kind of looking at, because you did lose some teams that you were so familiar with. You gained a team like Texas A&M Commerce coming into the conference. Kind of what's the look of the Southland right now?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, right? Lamar, we hadn't played them. We didn't see them last year, so that's new. You mentioned Commerce. Not sure the direction they're going to go into. Nichols plays UIW this year, but it's not a conference game. It was a scheduled game that they used, so that's not going to count in the standings. And then, obviously, we finish up with Nichols at the end of the year, so I'm sure it'll be for everything.
Hell yeah!
As long as we continue to do what we're doing. So, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Got a new head coach at McNeese. Northwestern's revamped their entire staff. Everything's up in the air. I wish I could give you a game plan. I can help you with Murray State. That's about as far as I've gotten so far.
Hell yes, Coach. Focusing on task at hand. What about after the game Saturday? After a win, after a Saturday night win, what does Coach Scelfo like to do when he goes home? Any cold beer or anything on the menu? What are we looking at?
No beer. I'm a bourbon guy like you, T-Bob.
Okay.
Yeah. Gordy Rush will come over to the house, and he has a tendency to crash my house if we win.
Front runner, Gordy Rush, front runner.
Exactly. Well, I don't invite anybody over. They know if the scoreboard's not right, don't come to my house.
That's fair. That's
right. You guys can come over, but if it's not right, then you're not coming over.
That's right.
But, we sit around and relax. It takes me a while to decompress. We get it takes me a while to get out of the office. I got to get the injury report and see some guys, and we talk to some of the players and finish with the media and things like that. And then finally, I get home and I got a chance to relax and kind of decompress a little bit.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I know it had to be a fun one. It probably took a long time to decompress after that thriller last week.
Yeah.
Murray State, 6 p.m. this Saturday. Strawberry State, line up, Coach. You have a great day, man.
Hey guys, thank y'all so much. Appreciate everything.
Coach Frank Scelfo,
nice, Coach.
Legend. One of just the most fun guys to talk to, as you can see. And look, man, if you're going to be in the area looking for something to do on a Saturday night, I love going to smaller football games like that because sometimes you get so enamored by all the pomp and circumstance of the big boys that, well, you kind of accept that, okay, all football games have like 2 hours of traffic and all these other like, and then you go to like, because when my little brothers Nichols used to go to those games all the time, it was so awesome. Just pop in the stadium, comfortable seats, watch a great football game, and then you're out of there. It's just a very fun time. So if you're looking for something Saturday night, go out, pack out Strawberry Stadium. All right, when we get back, we will close out hour number 1 of Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. The murdered out minivan, that Toyota Sienna minivan is so sick. The thing is, though, Jake, I've had it for a couple of years now. And so it's a 2020. When I tell you that I got my eyes on the 2022 and the Sienna, oh boy, it's only going up. So if you need a new vehicle, go trade in your old vehicle at All-Star Toyota. You get a better deal than you ever gotten at any other time. The market is great for that right now. Turn right back around, and whether you're buying new, Toyota certified used vehicles or leasing, you can get the car and the Toyota of your dreams. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Remember, if you're going over to Auburn, Alabama, it is not too late. You can go to the website. You can give them a call today to rent a Toyota for that trip. No matter what you need. If you want a Sequoia, something bigger, if you need something better on gas, they've got you covered. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
ITI's got all these programs. Once I started and learned everything about the school, it was worth it.
The challenges that ITI presented me with, it allowed me to build myself up.
All because of ITI, I actually was able to get a job within 3 months before graduation in my field.
Get the hands-on training you need for the job you've always wanted. With so many companies hiring right now, it's the perfect time to come to ITI Technical College. Enroll today for a better life.
Come on over to Corval
Corval Toyota and meet with a sales specialist to build your new Toyota. It's easy and stress-free. Or if you're looking for a pre-owned, we have a wide variety. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance. This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Ryan Clark, Mike Triplett, our Fantasy Blitz. We take a closer look at the Auburn Tigers. Join us Thursday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
1 second off. 1 second. Yeah. 1 second off. Welcome back to OTB. So whose year is this? Whose graduation?
Me, 2013.
Okay. Right on.
2013.
What song is this again?
Wake Me Up, Avicii.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Damn. Rip. Still can't believe Avicii randomly died. Like age 27.
27 Club.
I may have made that up. I don't know if it was 27. He might have been like 28, but he's young. The point is. And it seemed like it was out of nowhere. But yeah, the 27 Club is a real thing. I'm sure you've dove into a YouTube hole in the 27 Club before, Mario. You know who's someone who may feel a bit like dying this morning? That guy at the Blue Jays game last night. First off, shout out Aaron Judge. It's home run number 61, ties Roger Maris. I'm not really a baseball purist. Like, I love Bond, Sosa, and McGuire. I also think this is cool as hell. I do recognize, though, that in the age, Jake, the post-quarantine age, in which we cover story after story about, this just auctioned for $1 million. And then like a month later, it's like, this just auctioned for $2 million. These sports memorabilia market is exploding.
There was already a number on this ball.
Yeah, and so the video, $2 million, right?
Yep.
And so the video you are watching, and it started over, Danny, is a poor fan who everybody had their glove with them at the game. Everybody's trying to catch number 61, change your life, become a millionaire.
Oh, my
Our
God.
guy had it. Tough catch. I'm not saying it's not a tough catch. He's having to lean over the seats because it ends up landing in the bullpen. He's having to lean over the seats. He lines it up, though, and it glances off of his glove, and you can see the pure disgust in his face.
Look.
I mean, that is Like, very rarely in life.
It's life-changing.
I was going to say, very rarely in life are you presented with a literal life-changing opportunity. And that was your moment, and you failed. And now you have to make peace with that for the rest of your life. Absolutely brutal, dude. And you can see it. He immediately throws the glove. He's so disappointed. He's beating himself up. You're never going to get over it, dude. So, I don't know. Just don't, start to drink or something. That's going to haunt him.
You got to come up with that catch.
You got to.
If
You only get one shot.
I might fall into the bullpen and break a lot of bones. I'm catching that baseball.
He said, okay, so Copperpot says in the chat, that guy is mad, but he wasn't even close. No, he was close. He had it.
Oh, that's close enough to think
That was
you had
catchable.
it.
That was catchable. It wasn't like it was beyond his reach and it was like an optical illusion. No, look right here. His glove, he just misjudges it. Which you're not a professional baseball player. It's hard. But I'll be damned if he's not going to haunt him, man. Shout out Aaron Judge. That's awesome. Hour 2 of OTB next, talking college football.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Start to look around at the football landscape for the weekends because this weekend's lineup looks like a banger. I want you to go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com for your AC, heating, and electrical needs. We're getting in that weird time where you may actually be bouncing back and forth between AC and heating, okay? Well, I can tax the system. Make sure Accutemp can get a checkup, very cheap, very affordable, avoid any catastrophic issues on the road. Maybe explore the Star Club membership where those checkups are for free and without you even reaching out, right? They just reach out to you. They're like, hey, when's a good time for us to come by? It's really convenient and great. And with the heaters about to come on, well, when's the last time you turned it on, right? So again, Accutemp of Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com.
Yeah, so many different things you can learn from the website. Like right now, they have generators in stock. So if you're looking for a generator, they can help you over at Accutemp. They can certainly help you with any heating and cooling. AccutempBR.com.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Kids have staked out their place at Ochsner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Yes! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Ochsner Health Center for Children.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
Do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, September 29th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect to see clear skies with a high of 85. Coming up on OTB, we talk college football ahead of week 4, and we have a new edition of Big Deal or No Big Deal. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah. Good call. All right, welcome in OTB, hour number 2. And look, I know the last segment was short, but that was only because we had an oddly timed guest. Coach Scelfo could only call at 7:40. So this hour, we're going to be back to how we were yesterday.
I thought you handled that exactly how it should
smooth.
have been handled.
Yeah, I
Good
feel
for
like
you,
it went
T-Bob.
relatively smooth. Thank you. You know what? I'm only as good as the team with me, you know? And so it's really the boys making this happen. It's a full team. Proud of everyone. Except Mario, you did hit the wrong button just like 30 seconds ago. So
I did. I also said it was week 4 in college football. It's definitely week 5.
It's a little confusing, honestly.
Yeah, because of week 0.
Yeah, I get very confused about what week it is actually in college. So I'm not going to fault you on that. I think it's this week in college football. Okay, that's what it is. And it starts tonight. And we'll go over the slate in hour number 3 because we got some bangers. I guess, in case you're not going to be around then. Yeah, in case you're not going to be around in hour 3, I'll give you some of it. You mentioned starting Friday night. Sneaky good local game Friday night. Tulane at Houston. Love that. But the big boy, dude, at 10:30 p.m. Friday night, Washington at UCLA. Some Friday night Pac-12 after dark with 2 undefeated teams, right? UCLA still undefeated?
Oh, yeah, Coach.
Kind of under the radar. Nobody's talking about them.
Talking about your boys.
Talking about my boys. Washington.
No.
Oh.
Crosstown boys.
Who's that? Yeah, Petit Trojans. I mean, we're not concerned with the Bruins.
You know what that score was last year?
Painfully clear about that.
You know how many points UCLA scored against your Trojans last year?
Do you know how irrelevant it is to talk about anything to do with last year in USC?
Not on the defense.
No. Dude, the defense still is so weird to me. They have a 6'5", 200 middle linebacker. He got a pick last game. He looks like Groot.
Ichabod Crane out there.
I mean, yeah, yes. He looks like Peter Crouch. Running around playing linebacker.
I think you and I.
It's kind of insane.
Maybe the only two that know who that is.
Yeah,
the chat might. But.
Boys, do y'all know who Peter Crouch is?
Oh, sounds really familiar. A football player.
Football player.
Yeah, technically.
He was old. Who did he play for in the EPL? Was it Liverpool?
I mean, no, he didn't play for Liverpool. You know him from
he was,
probably from international from England.
Yes, I mean I know him from FIFA and watching EPL, but then yes, mainly he was an English striker for a while that was like 6'6" and skinny as a rail. He just looked hilarious, but he was really good. Obviously.
I know he was with Villa for a little bit.
But so Washington, UCLA though, 10:30 p.m. Friday night. You got Kentucky Ole Miss at 11 a.m. this weekend. Wake Forest, Florida State, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Alabama, Arkansas, A&M, Mississippi State, Iowa State, Kansas, Oregon State, Utah. It's going to be an awesome weekend on college football. So with that in mind, let's dive in to some of the big college football questions as we are about a quarter of the way
Yeah, we're kind of like it's almost halftime.
Actually. Yeah, I know.
It's like a 2-minute drive right before halftime. I don't love it.
It's such a bummer, man.
I love that this is the we gonna find out week.
Yeah.
I love that portion of it, but I don't love that we're almost at halftime.
This kicks off we gonna find out season.
Yeah.
Right, which is where conference play begins in earnest, and we're no longer just finding like, oh, the odd conference matchup here or there. No, this is question answer. This is where you will indeed F around and find out. And I'm looking to find out some things this weekend. Right now, though, I'm looking to find out some questions, some answers from you, Jacob Hester, as I have 3 big college football questions. We actually played this on Snaps with Aaron Murray as well yesterday, if you want to go check that out.
Aaron Murray's going to join us today.
What?
At 9:30.
For real?
Yeah.
When? What?
9:30.
Are my boyfriends going behind my back here and setting up a little threesome surprise that I
No,
know
never say that again.
He's got some stuff he's doing for LSU.
Yeah, he's doing the NFT card packs.
Yeah, and it's going to drop soon, so he's going to come on and talk about it.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on, dude. Hell yeah.
I don't know why you asked me. Why I didn't ask you? That's weird.
Yeah, what's going on here? I feel a little cheated on, but I'm also happy.
By
I don't
both
know.
of us?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's a little scheming going on behind my back.
Technically, I did text it to the group. Because I said Aaron's coming on at 9:30, and Danny said Rogers.
Look, if you know me, I'm not the most consistent. I literally yelled at you about not alerting the group to a parlay yesterday, only for you to screenshot the exact text message in which you had alerted the group to the parlay.
Actually, Aaron just wrote me and wants to know if he can bump up to 8:30.
We have Chef.
8:30. That's awkward.
And Chef has
you
a
tell
meeting at 10. We'll handle this during this next break. We'll figure it out.
I actually thought it would be good radio to air our drama out here.
Well, it's just, I don't want to put, because if it was in-house drama, you know I'm all about that.
You are.
You know I'm all about that. I don't want to put
Okay.
anybody else in
Fair
competition.
enough. Fair enough. Let's answer these questions.
The first major college football question, and probably the single most fascinating question in college football right now, y'all, is who is the 4th best team in the CFB? And Mario, Dana, I'm guessing there's a chance you haven't even really thought about this yet. You got Georgia 1, Alabama 2, Ohio State 3, right? Snooze, yawn, for the past decade, it was basically Oklahoma 4. And then it got interesting. But when you look now, just look at 4 through 10. And it's such an odd, it's such an odd grouping for what we're kind of used to. You got Michigan at 4, Clemson at 5. That's a little chalky. But then USC at 6. Kentucky at 7, Tennessee at 8, Oklahoma State at 9, and NC State at number 10. A log jam. And you're like, oh, well, T-Bob, the answer is Michigan or Clemson, right? Those are the big dogs. Clemson's defense is terrible. They are terrible. And multiple analytics, they rank in the hundreds. Ironically, it was DJU that actually led them to the win last week, which you could argue.
That was for them to go win a shootout. Yes, it changed some of my perspective on who they are.
I was going to say that probably actually bumps them up in this conversation for 4th best team, with Uyunglele proving that he could keep track. But I am worried. I am truly concerned about that Clemson defense right now, which again sounds crazy, but that is the case. Michigan feels like a very solid team in all areas.
They're very solid, but I don't think they're the 4th best. J.J. McCarthy, he gives them a different dynamic at quarterback over K. McNamara. Blake Corum at running back almost ran for 1,000 last year, even when he was injured. And so he kind of was the guy, got hurt, and then he lost it. He got Wally pipped. Yeah. But now he's back, and he shut that game down against Maryland. That was horrible defense setting the edge, but on that short yardage situation, goes around the corner, scores the long touchdown there, kind of closed that game out. So Michigan is close in this conversation, but just something's missing. I can't put my finger on it just yet. Something's missing from Michigan being the 4th best team.
Well, it's kind of interesting here, Jake, because I do feel like going down this list, there is a difference between maybe who you would think the 4th best team is, who you would take on any given week against one of these teams, versus who has the best chance of making the playoff. I think if you're asking the playoff question, I feel like SC has an inside track here. I know they have test remaining, but all these teams have test remaining.
Yeah.
But they don't have, Tennessee and Kentucky got to go through Georgia and Alabama.
If USC played Utah this week, I would put money on Utah.
Okay.
But it's USC's schedule lines up incredibly nice for them as far as the back-to-backs because they had a tough one last week. Right, so for them, I think their schedule really helps them out because it's not about who's on your schedule as much as it is when do you play those teams on your schedule.
And so I think USC, in comparison to these other teams, kind of wins both, right?
They're not the fourth best team, but I understand what you're saying.
Their schedule is the easiest path to the playoff. Clemson maybe would actually factor into that conversation as well, I would say, in terms of friendly schedules.
Clemson got one this week.
Who do they have this week?
NC State.
Okay, yeah.
It's at home. College game day's there.
Wolfpack.
I'll be honest with you.
Come on, put up or shut up
This
time.
is going to be
State.
like the softest answer ever.
Are you too sweet or too soft?
If you ask me who the fourth best team is currently, I would say whoever wins Clemson, NC State.
They're both in the conversation. NC State at 10, Clemson at 4. You think fourth best is in you would take them? Like if they were to play Kentucky or Tennessee, you would choose Clemson or NC State?
I want Kentucky's in that conversation for me. This week's big for them with Chris Rodriguez. They only average 88 yards on the ground right now. How much can Chris Rodriguez help that? Because remember, he was preseason first team All-SEC running back. So you're talking about getting back a dude, and that can change the complete dynamic of their team in a good way. So I want to see them this week. But the thing about NC State that doesn't get talked about enough is their defense. They're one of the top 10 defenses in the country.
Yeah.
They returned 10 starters from last year's top ACC defense. They also brought back 2 guys that missed all of last year that were starters 2 years ago. So they basically returned 12 starters on the defense.
Yeah.
Now, Devin Leary is not playing up to what we thought he would. It's not been the story, though, because the defense should be the story. Now, it's not because, as we all know, when you have the quarterback, that's going to get all the headlines. Nobody's going to talk about your defense. They want to know about Devin Leary because he's a first-team All-ACC preseason guy as well. But the defense is the story. They're top 10 in almost every defensive category in the country.
You know what's kind of crazy? You know where my instinct goes on this to answer the question? So you say winner of Clemson, NC State. Look, I don't think it's Oklahoma State. I think that they get cannibalized by the Big 12. And it's funny because the team I'm about to name, I think gets cannibalized. But if you were to put them against any other team on this list, maybe I'm prisoner of the moment. I might take them, dude. I'm kind of feeling Tennessee. And the momentum that they have. And the fact that they have an offense that can break any elite defense. Now, I'm obviously worried about the defense, right? I mean, Anthony Richardson threw for more yards against Tennessee than he did in his first 3 games combined. First touchdowns of the season.
The pass defense is suspect.
It is suspect, but I don't know if it's as bad as it looked at times against Florida. Like, I've seen them play better. The rush was excellent against Pittsburgh back then. It's just that Tennessee, to me, looks like a team that has Cedric Tillman returning all of the offensive weapons, and the defense has the ability to improve. The issue is, like, I could make the argument for them being fourth best team, but I don't have any hope that they would make the playoffs because 2 of the top 3 best teams are in their same conference, and I don't think they're better than those teams. Like Bryce Young and Staquavius would dominate Tennessee's defense. So, and then their defenses are good enough where I think they'd be able to do enough against Hooker and company. So I'd actually go Tennessee here, fourth best team in the country. How about that?
It'd be a matchup. So, like, I'm talking about NC State, right? That's the team I just mentioned. They only give up 11.8 points per game.
Yep.
They are 8th in the country. They only give up 81 rushing yards, which is top 10 in the country. So, like, we start to look at some of these strengths for some of these teams, and if you have a weakness, it's going to get picked on a little bit. So, like, the wild part for NC State is, like, Devin Leary's the guy that has to pick it up. He was the thing you probably felt the most sure about coming into the season, but the run game's been nice. I thought it was going to struggle. He's just not been consistent. So that's why we're having this conversation. Outside the top 3 teams, we can sit here and we can be like, man, that's a real weakness that teams can kind of pick on. So that's why we kind of label this "we gonna find out" week, because like, we'll find out about Kentucky.
Yeah.
You're going on the road to a very good Ole Miss team. We're going to find out about NC State. You're going on the road to Clemson. We'll find out more about Clemson, right? If Clemson can go out there and Clemson can score on NC State, okay, they've got some things figured out. Now, Wake Forest's defense is never going to be confused for NC State's, but them winning a shootout, if DJU gets going, Will Shipley, I mean, shout out. He was out there running as hard as anybody in the country last week. That was impressive. So, like, if they go out there and dominate NC State on the offensive side of the football, then it's them.
Then I would buy that. I would buy that. If NC State wins, I could stick my Tennessee answer. If Uyunglele looks excellent again and they do that, yeah, it's Clemson. All right, let's go to break. And when we get back, we'll explore more of these college football questions. Can you look at the weekend that will be? We got Munchies coming up at 8:30. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org. A lot of people have accused me of being full of crap. Well, if your toilet is acting like me and you can't get it undone, go ahead and call Central Plumbing. Any plumbing issues that you have. Though Jake can tell you about things like the tankless water heater. I suppose it doesn't have to be problems. But what I love, and look, I'm a big YouTube guy. I like to try to fix things around the house by just learning how to do so. I've tried that with plumbing, and I've made the situation actively worse. Okay, so I don't even think twice now. I have a problem. I pick up my phone, 925-8552, flat rate pricing, great warranty coverage, licensed, bond insured. You can trust who's coming in your home. There's only one answer, and it's Central Plumbing. CentralPlumbing.org.
Yeah, once you go to the website, you will see the things that T-Bob told you I was going to tell you about because they are important. If you're looking to remodel at your home or business, they can do that for you from top to bottom, anything that you might need. And trust me, go tankless because you're never going to run out of hot water. It's going to be a lifesaver. CentralPlumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
They said I was small, weak, said my heart wasn't strong enough. But I showed them what heart looked like, again and again and again. Mom got me the right care, the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Don't let people tell you who you are. Show them the right card, the right care.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $12,000 off MSRP on all new 2022 Ram Black Widow trucks in stock. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly...
Jimmy Ott and Charles Henniger for the Thursday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're downtown at Jolly Pearl Oyster Bar on North facing Town Square. Game Time, 6 to 8 p.m. presented by Bet Rivers on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
17:30. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since you're pretty, soon as you came in the door. I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. Showed her how to whip and now she remixing for low. She my track queen, let her hit the band.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, Jake Martin, Danny hanging out with you today. Look at Aaron Murray coming up here in a few minutes. 8:30, we have moved Munchies to 9 a.m. And at 9:15, we will now do Big Deal or No Big Deal. We're talking a little college football this hour. Just discuss kind of, I mean, look, the top, who's the fourth best team in college football? It's not really about who's the fourth best. It's pointing out the excitement in the race for that fourth spot and that it is wide open in college football is great. And with teams like Ole Miss and Kentucky going toe-to-toe this week, and like one of them will emerge as a candidate for that fourth spot and one of them will fall. And that's going to start happening week in and week out at this point. The next question on the list. And by the way, earlier in the chat, some people were wanting us to make a statement on Brett Favre. Okay, look, Brett Favre sucks. You can't steal welfare money. Not from the poorest people in your state when you have millions and millions of dollars. Like, I don't know. I kind of thought this was self-evident that he was a piece of trash for doing this. So if you need us to make a public statement, okay, I also stand against like homophobia, stand against racism. I mean, yeah, these are all very bad things, and I hold these truths to be self-evident. Now, you also know that this show almost never deals with anything serious, okay? So that's why we have not talked about Brett Favre yet. But yeah, Brett Favre sucks. Don't steal from welfare. That's the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard, especially not when you're rich. Like, how did you ever think that was going to work out for you? Anyway, let's get back to college football talk. So we talked about who's the fourth best team in the country. My question is, now that we are 4 or 5 weeks, however far we into college football, who is the MVP of the CFB at this point?
All right, so we're not saying who's going to win the Heisman, right? We're not talking about like maybe that situation. Are we just talking about what we've seen that has helped his team early in the season?
Yes. Who has been the most valuable player for their team, not who is going to win the Heisman. Now, maybe you could say if the award ceremony were today, who would win the Heisman? And that conversation maybe changes a bit, but no, let's just keep it classic with the MVP.
All right, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to give you who I think has helped his team the most. Again, this guy won't be invited to New York. He's probably not even going to win any awards in the offseason. Chase Brown, the running back from Illinois, is my most valuable player to his team so far. Illinois is a team that has gone out there and they've played really good football. I know they lost to Indiana. They caught that touchdown pass twice that they called no touchdown. They very well could be undefeated. Chase Brown leads the country in rushing, 95 carries, 604 yards already on the season, 6.4 yards a carry, and If I have a vote, which I do, for the Low Man Award, it typically goes to a fullback. It might go to a running back this year.
Why?
Because that's the way he plays. He deserves a golden neck roll.
Okay.
Watch Illinois. Watch Chase Brown run the football. He has been special to watch. It's one of those cases where I know he's getting the ball. They know he's getting the ball. Everyone in the stadium knows he's getting the ball, but it doesn't matter, which is like my love language. So, look. You're probably wondering and Googling right now who he is. Check out Chase Brown, running back, leading rusher in the country right now from Illinois.
Hell yeah, man. Chase Brown, had not considered him. Brett Bielema still just running the ball. The guy I would go with, and this is a dark horse team for the Pac-12, and by extension, a potential dark horse playoff team. That is Washington. That is Michael Penix Jr. Right now, he leads the country, 350 yards a game, 12 touchdowns, 1 pick, 10 yards per attempt, 65% completion. He has been fantastic. And you look at this Washington football team, Jake, and they've got a couple nice wins under their belt, right? Beat the hell out of Michigan State, beat the hell out of Stanford. This UCLA game, that's why it's so impactful tomorrow night. Do you think anybody will show up? I mean, Friday night, UCLA, 2 undefeated teams. If you're not going to show up for this game, what will you show up for, Bruins fans?
I'm with you.
I mean, come on, dude.
It's
Do
Friday
something.
night. It's a standalone game. It is a matchup of undefeated teams. It is the Rose Bowl. You were embarrassing a mecca. That place is a mecca of college football. I mean, it's one of the most historic stadiums in our country. Go show up. Like, they're going to tarp off half the stadium anyways, so the part that they don't put a tarp on, fill it up. What are we doing right now?
Yeah.
It is a game that is going to really decide which way you go this season. It's the first – look, and I understand your home games. They've been, I think, Alabama, A&M. It's been Bowling Green. It's been South Alabama. So I understand who you've played in your building. This is Washington.
Yep.
This is a team that is in your conference. This is a team that is undefeated. They are ranked, and you're undefeated, and you are not.
Yep.
Whatever your card you got to play, just show up.
If you don't care about this, you don't care about college football. That's just the bottom line. Emil McCloud said it's Hendon Hooker or Jalen Daniels of Kansas. I can get behind Jalen Daniels. I really could. Another big one this weekend against Iowa State. If Daniels can go do it against Iowa State, that'll shut up a lot of people who are still – Vegas still doubting Kansas. 3.5 point dogs this weekend, okay? So Vegas still not believing in the Hawks. The only thing about Hooker, I agree with you from like the argument of, who means the most to their team, and like Tennessee would be dead in the water without Hendon Hooker. But at the same time, the numbers, while good, are not overwhelming in the same way that Penix is. Actually, Jay, can you name the only 3 quarterbacks in college football right now that have thrown for 16 touchdowns already? Penix is not one of them. He's a 12.
I would assume Will Rogers has.
Yes, okay, which, again, reinforces just how good LSU was in that Mississippi State game, because outside of that game, Will Rogers has thrown a ton of touchdowns. Did he get, one? In the LSU game,
so.
Right? Because the other was that long run on like the first drive of the game. So, yeah, 1 against LSU, 15 in the other 3 games.
Yeah.
To give you an idea. Shout out Matt House. Who are the other 2?
I know.
Major schools?
I know one of them.
Okay.
Drake May.
Yes.
I don't know the third.
You're missing the big boy.
Not Bryce.
No, it's C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
Because of course
boy.
it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio State quarterback play, I was talking about is there anything that you've been desensitized more to than good stats for Ohio State quarterbacks?
It's true. It's very fair.
It is every single year of our adult lives. They have a quarterback just throw up stupid numbers. They rarely go on to do anything in the NFL, but like they just dominate college. So yeah, I was not surprised at all when I looked up and C.J. Stroud's averaging 11 yards per attempt and has 16 touchdowns. But it kind of works against him because I'm also not that impressed because I've gotten like so used to it. Like Penix feels so much more exciting with what he is doing, or like a Drake May or any of these guys, whereas C.J. Stroud, I'm like, yeah, okay. That's what you're supposed to do. But still, shout out to those 3. Normally you have like some small school guy leading the way there. Those are some big boys.
I mean, to your point, what LSU was able to do against Will Rogers, he's completed 75% of his passes. He has the second most passing yards in the country. Penix only has him by 2 yards. He's averaging 7.5 yards per attempt, 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Now, he got sacked 8 times this year, 4 of them against LSU.
Yeah. Wait, wow. So half the sack total as well, dude. No, I mean, and that's again.
By the way, Penix is not taking a sack this year.
Yeah, because he's unstoppable. As RG3 said, he's got that big Penix energy.
He does.
Unbeatable. Beat UCLA. I think Washington's going to run. There's something about Washington being good that just feels good for college football, having that brand be good.
Same thing about UCLA. Like, whoever wins this game feels right about college football for me.
See, I don't get that with UCLA, man.
Yeah, you're too young to remember Cade McNown.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
guys
fair.
like that.
All right. I had to have one other thing I wanted to get to here, but let's go ahead and go to break. And when we get back, I'll confront Aaron Murray and Jake Hester about doing business ventures behind my back, setting up interviews behind my back. So hear it all. Hear all the drama. Spill the tea next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah!
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Join us for a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. Luke Johnson's drinking tea in London, so he's out. But Jason Caldwell of Inside the Auburn Tigers give us a look at those Auburn Tigers. Hunt and Hill, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Sugar, how you get so fly? 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 Sugar, how you get so fly?
You know it's either when we ride, wood grain and raw high. Doing what we do, watching screens, getting high. Girl, you
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
It's a fascinating video, man. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out here. YouTube.com/
Great LT jersey in the video there.
ESPN.
A little powder blue throwback Chargers jersey.
Yeah, I mean, surely these are Cali bros. I'm getting a very Cali vibe from this whole sitting on the stoop in the beautiful
Well, Frankie
weather.
J is a known Chargers fan. Southern California.
Is he from Southern California?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there you go. How about this? Let's talk about it, guys. Aaron Murray, what's up, dude? What's going on, Aaron Murray? How you doing, man?
Hey, my two favorite LSU people of all time. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, Aaron, how's it going, man? Always glad to hear your voice.
Yeah, your two favorite, huh? Yep. Me and you now co-hosts on Snaps every single day on the Volume Sports YouTube channel, youtube.com/1045ESPN. Okay, great. You know, funny, I didn't hear anything about you coming on today. Okay, that's cool, dude. Huh, I wonder why that is. What are we going to talk about today, folks? A new NFT venture, right?
Yeah.
Huh, why were you and Jake talking about it, Aaron Murray?
Look, I mean,
Where was I?
Aaron and I have been doing shows since 2018 together.
Oh, because here we go. Because you two benefit off the NFT venture, where I'm the a-hole sitting out here just propping you up, you bums. Yeah, screw y'all, dude. And you, the guy who I will not name because you don't want I don't know if you want your name out there, not who texted Jake, if Aaron Murray wants to go at 8:30, he gets to go at 8:30. No. We're doing you a favor. You two a favor. Yes, Aaron. I'm also your bookie, Aaron, at this point. I feel very upset.
He is in his feels right now, Aaron.
Yes.
Help him out.
Hey, T-Bob, I do appreciate the bookie favor. And to make T-Bob feel better, Maddox is in the back playing with two baby Yodas.
No, it's a distraction play. Nope.
T-Bob's my favorite co-host.
No. This is a distraction play classic. Okay, now, that said, we will get into Georgia. We will get into LSU. But admittedly, the NFT card pack thing is pretty cool. I love collecting cards. I always have, be them Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, TCGs, sports cards. I love them. What exactly is going on now? I've seen the graphics, but like if I wanted to buy a pack of LSU cards, what do I need to do?
Yeah, it's super easy. Just go on our website at theplayerslounge.io, and you can pretty much find it on, I would say, like every single scholarship athlete on the football team is posting their individual cards either 2 days ago, yesterday, or today. So, I mean, this is boys, we're making history today. This is going to be the first team-wide NFT player card drop that has ever happened at any single level, whether it's high school, college, NFL, European, whatever. Like, this is the first. Maddox is screaming.
He's so excited.
No. He is sharing in my righteous anger. Thank you, Maddox. You're right. He does have my back. Thank you very much, Maddox.
He's feeling the juice back there. But no, man, it's pretty big deal. And the profits are going back to the players on the football team. So for NIL purposes, you know, these kids are going to make a ton of money. It's great. And as T-Bob alluded to, the cards are pretty badass. These are cool. In our opinion, probably the nicest player cards out there. We spent an arm and a leg on them. Make sure that they are as nice as they could possibly be. And they're going to be great. We'll have competitions all year long. So, like, if you own certain players, you're going to earn certain rewards as the season goes along. Say Jaden throws 4 touchdowns and you own one of his cards, you're going to get some special rewards. So it's super interactive. It's a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, it's a great way to essentially take care of those student athletes that are out there busting their butts and having a great season so far.
Look, LSU fans, you have the all-time leading SEC passer that is trying to help out LSU athletes. Tim Tebow would never.
It's true.
That's all I got to tell you, right? I mean,
he'd only circumcise your kids.
Well, I mean, of course, Tebow took that a different direction.
That's literal truth. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, God. But, Aaron.
He has done that.
Aaron, this is for you said it, but this is for the entire team. That's what's cool about this. It's not only for the star players. This is helping out every single player on the roster, so every player is going to get their own card.
Yeah, every player. So right now, today at 5 o'clock Central, we are dropping 4,000 packs. So each pack will have 3 cards in it. And I think it's 76 total scholarship players on the roster. So every player will have essentially, I think, a few hundred cards per player that will drop today. We'll do more drops throughout the season with different moments from different games. And then once again, we'll do some competitions along the way. So this is a fun way for not only, Kayshawn and BJ and Jaden to, get some pretty awesome artwork and for a lot of these guys, their first ever card. Just remember for us, for those who went to the NFL, and I remember the first time I got my Topps card or Panini card, I was like, man, I made it. I got my first card and give some to mom and dad, and they're crying and weeping, all that good stuff. This is that, but now on the digital side. We all know that the world has become a lot more digital. So instead of storing your cards in your closet, you can now store all your cards there on your mobile devices, and it's pretty cool. And like you alluded to too, man, every single player is going to get an equal portion. And then at the end of the day too, what's really cool about the project is anytime an individual player, their card sells on the secondary market. So say I today buy a pack of cards and I get Jaden's card and I go sell that card in the secondary market, 70% of the profit from that sale will go back to Jaden. So there's an opportunity for these players to not only make money now, but make money going forward in the future.
Talking to Aaron Murray here, QB1, former Georgia quarterback, calls games on ESPN today. Actually calling a game today, I believe.
Yep.
So we'll be a bit of a shorter Snaps today. But you should, again, subscribe to Snaps, subscribe to the pod and everything. Aaron Murray, why is Georgia better than Alabama this year?
Maddox, no, Georgia is better than that.
Yeah, that's right.
No, Georgia's better than Alabama just because I think right now they have more juice on offense. I know Alabama looked good last week, but that was Vanderbilt, and we all know Vanderbilt's pretty bad. Their DBs were literally giving 10-yard cushion, and the Alabama receivers were still running by them. I mean, they looked like a JV defense out there. So when you look at Georgia's offense and their ability to be multiple, whether it's with Kenny on the backfield, obviously Brock Bowers, maybe the best player in all of college football. A.D. Mitchell's going to be back. It was a little bit of a blip last week from McConkey with some of those turnovers, but he's a star receiver. Darnell Washington, they just can do so much more. And I think they're going to be more explosive on that side of the football. Sequavius, as we like to call him on snaps, is so much more confident this year. So I just think offensively they have more weapons and more abilities to hit you in different ways. And I think their defense is going to continue to get better and better as the season gets on, especially when Jalen is back healthy at that defensive line, one of the best defensive players in America. So, I still have questions about Alabama. I question kind of their receivers. Can they continue to improve? I still don't know how good their offensive line is, but, they're still premier. There's no doubt about it. Like, if you put those two teams on the field and, they play 10 times, I think Georgia wins 6 times and Alabama wins 4, or maybe 5 and 5. It's still going to be a hell of a game if those two face each other in the SEC championship game.
All right, Aaron, let me ask you this. I know you've got a tight schedule today, so last one for me. Kentucky and Tennessee, both top 10 teams now. So obviously I would choose Georgia over Alabama right now as well. But which team is more likely to go undefeated? Because the East has stepped up. We thought it was going to be the West that was going to step up in the preseason, but it's been the East. I mean, you have true contenders with Kentucky and Tennessee. So Georgia could be better, and maybe Alabama might have a better chance to go undefeated all the way up until Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, the West is still the West. Like, I think Ole Miss is a good team, and I'm kind of excited to see what they can do this weekend versus Kentucky, so we can kind of answer some questions about how good they are. I still think Mississippi State is a good team. Shoot, Arkansas this weekend at home. I'm not going to sleep on them.
Yeah.
Like KJ, I think KJ is a legitimate second-round pick. Has the opportunity to work his way into the first round. I think they have the ability to get after the quarterback. T-Bob had a great, stat yesterday on snaps. I believe 20 sacks on the year for Arkansas.
Lead the country.
Yeah, leads the country. So they're going to be able to get after the quarterback. I think they're going to be able to take some shots with Hasselwood and some other guys on that offense. So, don't think that they're just going to run through Arkansas because it's a 17-point spread. I think they can keep it closer than that. LSU, man, like you guys, I know you don't want to, I know people are like a little bit hesitant after what happened versus Florida State, but you guys are really good. And I think that you guys are going to win some games that you're not supposed to. And I wouldn't be surprised if that game versus Alabama is similar to what it was last year as well. So let's not sleep on them Tigers also. But, yeah, I agree. The East is better. Like, Tennessee's legit. Defensively, they're a little bit weak. I think Georgia should have their way with them. But, they're going to be able to score points against anyone out there in the country. And I think Hendon's a legitimate Heisman candidate. Cedric Tillman may be the best receiver in the SEC. Brew McCoy's coming along. Hyatt's coming along. So they got plenty of talent. Kentucky, I'm not sold on just yet. I'm excited to see what Rodriguez looks like back this week. But it is an offense that's struggling to run the football. And if you're one-dimensional in this league, you're going to be in trouble. Because I like Will Levis. I like the receivers, but they're not extremely deep, and they're not, like, over-the-top good throwing the football. So if you can't run it, I think that offense is going to struggle against a defense like Georgia. And I think their defense is good, not great. But no, I would say if Georgia was going to stumble, I would think it may be Tennessee. I don't think it happens. The game's in Athens there in November. But I just love the way Tennessee right now offensively is able to, in my opinion, be so multiple, especially with Hendon running the football. They're going to give a lot of teams problems this season.
Aaron Murray, what game you calling that?
I got South Carolina, so I'm actually just getting to the lake right now. My parents' house. I'm dropping Maddox, the dogs, and the wife off. Do a little snaps this afternoon.
Yep.
And then on my way to Columbia to call that game and see if the Gamecocks get to 3-2 after tonight.
Well, there's one thing I've learned working together, Aaron, is that you love Cox. And so I think this is a perfect game for you to call tonight. Aaron Murray, co-host of Snaps on the Volume Sports YouTube channel, sub to the pod, whether it's on Spotify or Apple, rate and review. Aaron, thank you, man. Take it easy.
Appreciate it. See you, fellas.
See ya.
All right, closing out hour 2 of OTB next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
Bayou Ford has $15,000 off MSRP on a new 2021 Ford F-150. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million-mile powertrain warranty and free delivery. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, anytime. Hunt and Hill. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
ITI's got all these programs. Once I started and learned everything about the school, it was worth it.
The challenges that ITI presented me with, it allowed me to build myself up.
All because of ITI, I actually was able to get a job within 3 months before graduation in my field.
Get the hands-on training you need for the job you've always wanted. With so many companies hiring right now, it's the perfect time to come to ITI Technical College. Enroll today for a better life.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big V and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar.
Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
NFL is back. Our coverage starts Sunday at 10 a.m. with Magnolia Bluffs Football Sunday with Jimmy Ott, immediately followed by the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders at noon, right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
T-Pain, Young Jock. Hey, she snapping. Snap your fingers to the step. You can do it all by yourself. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain. You know me. Convict music, never boy.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Shout out T-Pain. Saw an awesome. He's a big video game streamer on Twitch and everything. Saw an awesome video of him yesterday on a driving sim, freaking out. Because maybe we can find it. It's actually kind of funny. So I wanted to spell a notion here. It's something that we touched on Scone and T last night, and I'm texting right now with someone who was kind of responding to my question earlier about the offensive line. Is the LSU offensive line, am I overrating them? And what he said was, I think that a good fourth quarter mostly papered over a really bad first three quarters. That is just simply not true. Even when LSU was not scoring against Mississippi State, the offensive line was dominating, especially in pass protection. Now, what has been the counter argument both times I have brought this up has been, well, I mean running the ball. Okay, well, when you look at the Mississippi State box score by the end of the game, and I'm not counting Jaden Daniels' runs. He went over 100 yards, but I'm not counting that. In running back yards alone, yards and carries, you ended up having 21 carries for 114. And you're going to say, oh, gee, Bob, that's because the 48-yard run. Well, yes, but how do you create the 48-yard run? You land the body blows early, so you hit the haymaker late. The 48-yard run does not happen in a vacuum. As Jake always talks about, you can't discount it.
Don't even.
I know, and I don't want to get you triggered. The greater point of this is, I feel you. This is not an offensive line, Jake, that may just come out and dominate you with the run from the jump, right? But this is a defense that is going to be good enough to keep you close to where you can continue to run the ball, and this is an offense that is going to stay committed enough to running the ball, where all of a sudden, if you look at State, it wasn't just a 48-yarder. The runs that were going for 1 and 2 in the first half started to hit for 3, and then 4, and then it built up to the 48-yarder. So, no, like the times when this O-line was bad was the first 3 quarters against Florida State. They were awful. I don't think they were particularly good against Southern. Since then, they've been great, and the grades actually speak to that. It's not just my opinion. That is fact.
I do love, though, it's like, we're not running the ball well. If you take out the quarterback runs and you take out the long runs, we're not doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I take them out? It's part of who you are. It's part of your identity.
Yeah.
You don't take those out because that's part of the process. So no matter where it comes from, like you're gaining yards on the ground. That's the goal, is to gain yards on the ground and through the air. But if we keep taking away, but if you do this and you do that, why would I do that? Your quarterback can pick up chunks of yards.
Yep.
In the 2-minute drive before the half against Mississippi State that changed the narrative of that game, it was because your quarterback did what he was supposed to do, read the coverage, wasn't there, takes off, you score, the game's different. You hit 48-yarders because they're tired of hitting number 22 and 21 and 4, and you lean on them. And so
the angle from the safety on that tackle was,
you want to know part of it.
It's that classic. It's less extreme than this, but it's like the Auburn guy trying to tackle Fournette, where he like jumped over the top because he wanted to avoid all contact.
Yeah.
It's like
he didn't want to be on Coach 30's film.
Yeah, you kind of technically try to tackle, but you're not really squaring him up. You're just kind of throwing your arms in the way and hoping for the best.
So it's a different way to run the football, but the key is you are getting the rushing yards that you're supposed to be getting, and it doesn't matter how it comes. It just matters that it does actually happen. So
yeah, it doesn't matter how it comes. It just matters that it comes, and it did by the end of Mississippi State. And again, I'm not saying LSU is a great running team, but I do want to fight against some opinions that I hear bandied about that I just don't think are actually accurate. They're better than you think they are in that regard. We gonna see. We're going to see this Saturday, boys. And Jordan Hare, hour 3 next. Munchies kicking off.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Buck.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time.
Probably noticed a lot of empty car lots. If you are in the market for a new vehicle and you don't see exactly what you want in our lot, call me and I will order the exact vehicle that meets your needs. Plus, this will allow you to save money and receive additional order incentives from Ford. It's a simple process with no deposit required. So come visit us today at Hollingsworth Richards Ford, or you can visit our website at hollingsworthrichardsford.com.
Insurance companies often discourage people from getting an attorney. If I can't get you more, even after our fee, then you owe us nothing, not even our costs. I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA 21-12670. Offices in Baton Rouge.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12682. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Thursday, September 29th. Your government taco forecast in Baton Rouge. Expect clear skies with a high of 85. Coming up on OTB, Chef Michael Johnson joins the show up next for Munchies. You can follow today's show on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN or watch us on YouTube. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in hour number 3 of OTB. We got some Munchies right now. We got some big deal or no big deal after that. We'll look at some of the top games from the weekend coming up. After that, it's going to be a football-infused hour here on 104.5 ESPN. We say goodbye to 100.3, so welcome if you have come over from YouTube. 11:30 a.m. carries this hour, right?
Yep.
Okay, right on.
The last 2 hours of the show.
Shout out Shreveport. You know who's always got our back, though? Alec, okay? 94.7 all 3 hours.
Alec.
We love y'all. Same, tomato. Let's go ahead and go to the phone lines where we have executive chef for your LSU Tigers, our guy, Chef Michael Johnson. Chef Johnson, what's up, man?
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
Doing very well. Okay, let's start with Brian Burgess. He says, #Munchies. What's the best way to reheat leftover grits?
You probably need to add some sort of liquid to it. It depends on what kind of base you have your grits. Like if you use dairy with it, I've taken grits actually and put them in like a Ziploc bag and put them down in a pot of water and heated them up like that, or send them out with milk or cream or stock or something of that nature. Heat them up that way and then let them thicken back down.
All right, go ahead.
Well, to the other point, grits are pretty cheap, so you could just throw them away.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, can't have money. #Munchies. Favorite music to listen to while cooking?
It's kind of a mood thing, right? Like if I'm trying to crank out food and going wild at it, it's something kind of hardcore and from the '90s, probably some grunge.
Okay.
But if I'm like slow cooking and putting some passion into it and cooking for a lady friend or something like that, it's gonna, I don't know, I think like Amos Lee or Elton John or something kind of slow and mood setting.
Yeah. Say less, we got you.
As far as the 90s stuff goes, you strike me as a Bushman, Chef.
Oh,
were you
yeah,
a fan?
sure.
I knew it. Yeah, could have seen it a mile away, dude. A mile away.
Yeah.
You were the older kid on the bus making me listen to Bush back when I was a little chubby kid.
Machine Head.
Yes.
Bobby Hotep, #Munchies. What's your favorite home use knife? Wusthof, Global, Shun, Henkel? I use Shun and Wusthof. That sounds like a law firm. What is your favorite one?
In
Chef?
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Wusthof is my go-to knife. It's a solid knife. It takes some beating around. I can't remember the name of the other knife company. There's a new knife company out that we talked about it before, but it's a blend between Japanese steel and German steel, and it holds the edge really well. I can't come up with the name of it right now. But like Shun is kind of brittle. And I own a lot of Shun knives, and half of them have nicks in the blades. And
Get out of
you know, all of my and they're expensive as hell too. All of my Wusthof knives have stood the test of time. I have knives that I bought when I got into culinary school in 1999 that still hold an edge. So
damn.
How
do you sharpen a knife? I mean, I know you have like the little thing, but like it comes in all the kind of the knife blocks. But like, how long does it take?
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to sharpen a knife. My preferred method is I have this little, it's a mini belt sander, and what it does is it takes edge off the knife in a convex manner versus a super sharp, hard angle, and it leaves more meat behind the blade. And if you look at a knife blade at like a microscopic level, there's what's called feathers there, even on the edge of the blade itself. And so there's two different types of steels that you use. One is just a honing steel that puts after you use a knife for so long, those feathers kind of start separating apart and getting wonky and pushing back and forth, and would look more like a saw blade than something that you would want to cut with. And so you use that honing steel to align everything back up into a row. And then you have like a sharpening steel, which actually takes metal off of the blade. And depending on what knife you're using, you hold it at different angles depending on how deep into the tissue you're going to or what you're cutting. You know, like a cleaver, you put like a less sharp edge on it so that when you go through the bone, it's not going to chip the blade. And then like a fillet knife, it's going to have a super sharp edge on it so that you're going to go at a lesser angle so that it has, a smaller angle of knife blade.
Chef, is it Meissen or Meissen knives? Meissen?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Shout out Trey Trude in the chat.
Hashtag Munchies, and I would assume a lot of gumbo questions probably coming here soon with the weather. Do you put potato salad in the gumbo or keep it separate?
I do both, honestly. You know, it depends on what kind of potato salad it is. If it has too much yellow mustard in it, it's going to sit on the plate. But if it's got Creole mustard and looks like something that Grandma made, I'll throw it in the gumbo, no problem. I don't care.
Yeah, I do it like I think of it like soil at the bottom of the ocean, right? I make a nice little layer on the bottom of the bowl and then just build the gumbo on top of that. Hashtag Munchies. Ask Chef. Mark Cumby wants to know, what's the best international beer you've ever had?
You know, I used to bartend at this German beer festival out in Ponchatoula every year, and they had a dark beer called Eisenbeck that I really loved. It was kind of a chocolatey stout beer, and I don't know. I think that was probably one of my favorites when you asked me. I think the cold weather may be impacting me right now, but yeah.
Let's see. Hashtag Munchies, electric or manual knife sharpener. Now, I know you said you use electric, but do you ever use an old school just kind of manual knife sharpener?
Yeah, I mean, I use whatever I have available to me. I don't like to use stone too much because it takes a lot of metal off the knife. Typically, if I'm at the nutrition center, I'll have like a diamond steel and do a quick and dirty one. And if it gets really bad, then I'll pull my belt sharpener out and it comes with different types of belts to you know, if you nick a blade, you can take a lot of metal off of it and get it back down to where you want it, and then gradiate the belts down to where it's super sharp and fine.
Avo Marzwani says, hashtag Munchies, deer season starts Saturday, and I have a bunch of piglets on camera. What's your favorite way to prepare wild pig under 30 pounds?
If it's a small enough pig, I cook it whole. You know, like
hell yeah.
I think there's something special about cooking it whole. You cut the innards out and find a use for those sometimes, but I like to cook it whole.
Hashtag Munchies. We talked about Strawberry Field earlier with the Southeastern coach. What is your favorite thing to do with strawberries?
I kind of just like to eat them plain, to be honest with you. Maybe put them on some ice cream. I'm not too fussy about it. You know, I don't like cooking strawberries. I like strawberries for what they are when they're in season. You know, I like to taste the strawberry for what it is, and I don't like strawberries out of season when they're trying to. You know, they take fruit and will pick it unripe and then put it in a refrigerator and subject it to ethylene gas and it'll turn red on you, so it looks like it's.
That's why it
ripe.
tastes so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, I feel you.
Don't
on
love that.
I noticed it with a lot of fruit, right? is that you like, and I guess I've only come to this realization the past few years where you feel like, oh, it's available year round, but no, it is kind of sour a lot of times, and then when it's in season, things hit low. Hashtag Munchies. What's your favorite intro to autumn dish?
I don't know, man. That's an interesting one. I when I think of cold weather, I think of soups. I like chili. I like a not necessarily ground meat, but like a Texas style chunky meat chili. Yeah. But gumbo, like a lot of people, they go into this pumpkin spice thing, and man, that is something you'll never find me doing. Yeah, I like, I'll take gumbo season over pumpkin spice every day of the week.
Hashtag Munchies. Since the Saints are playing in London, what is Chef's favorite British cuisine?
Yeah, British cuisine is pretty
oxymoron
by nature. Yeah, exactly. I think that the first thing that comes to mind is fish and chips, and there's something to be said about a beer battered fish and a nice potato. Yeah.
Horseradish goes on everything over there. I mean, I mean, you have to be drunk to eat it, but like,
what is
horseradish
brown sauce?
Goes on everything.
What
over
is
there.
Brown sauce? Do we know?
I don't know. Chef would know probably. I don't.
I think it's just like a brown gravy. I'm not terribly familiar with the brown sauce. I'm just people.
I've eaten it and it tastes good. I just don't know what it is.
I think it's just like a brown gravy made from a beef stock.
Hashtag Munchies. Got any more questions in here? Let's see. I think we've done that. When you're cooking for a lady, when you're entertaining, do you do so in nothing but an apron? Have you ever cooked a meal naked, chef, with another human being there? Not like just naked because you're at home alone, but like naked with another human being there.
I get up every once in a while in the middle of the night and cook with very little clothing on, but I guess it happens. I don't try to fry too much stuff, but
you gotta watch out for that bacon grease, bro.
Yeah, it will pop you.
I mean,
it will pop.
Chef, I thought about you the other day. This wonderful food truck, Oak and Smoke, came by the neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
And I got some pork belly burn-ins. And
my
God, they were
pork
good,
belly
dude.
Today. This is like one of the few deals that we've gone to, and I didn't say pork belly, and there you go. And we have it.
Yeah, I had to make sure to get our pork belly, quota in for the day. All right, Chef. So are you on the road right now, or are you all at Auburn yet? When do you head out?
Yeah, I'm in Montgomery right now. I'm
okay.
Waiting for the pre-con meeting, and pretty pumped up, man. There's something special about football season, brother. It just feels a little bit better than the rest of the year,
Hell yes, dude. Chef Michael Johnson, LSU executive chef. Thank you so much, man.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Chef.
Every single week answers all of our culinary queries.
Did y'all stay in Montgomery when y'all played Auburn?
I don't remember, to be honest.
I thought we stayed in. I know the team recently stayed in Montgomery a bunch. I want to say we stayed in Birmingham. I don't remember.
I'm like Gandalf. I have no memory of this place. I don't know. All right. When we get back, let's dive into a little big deal or no big deal here on OTB.
OTB. OT.
Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, where you can make your car dreams come true. And I mean that quite literally. Like whatever you want, they can make happen for you. I think it was Jesse McCormick in the chat earlier. He rented the Sienna, right? He took advantage of the cheaper per day rental prices, call it Miss Lisa Sessions. But he was like, I don't want to overstate it, but driving the Sienna felt a bit like driving the Millennium Falcon. And it really does, dude. This is just so many excellent buttons to press. It's so smooth. Sport mode might as well be light. It is the best. Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com today.
Yeah, we've been telling you all week long, if you're going on that road trip, you're going to Auburn, maybe you're staying in Montgomery, wherever you're going, if you need something as far as a rental, they have you covered no matter what you're looking for. Remember, the full fleet is available in buying, leasing, and renting per day rental prices. You can check those out, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Come on over to Corval Toyota in Opelousas and meet with one of our sales specialists to build your new Toyota. It's easy and stress-free. Or if you're looking for a pre-owned, we have a wide variety. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Ryan Clark, Mike Triplett, our Fantasy Blitz. We take a closer look at the Auburn Tigers. Join us Thursday, 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Everybody get up.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Classic choice by Mario there. When the victim is saying no, they really mean yes. That makes sense, Mario. I get it. Very Dahmer-esque thing.
Just thought that. Just thought about that.
Oh, what, like the actual, like...
No. Mario picking this song.
Yes, yeah. Connecting the dots here. Connecting the dots here, for sure. Mark Cummey, for whatever it's worth, said that I signed his son's football back in the day in Montgomery, so I guess we did stay in Montgomery.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I guess so. This is funny. Devin Steve saying, Pharrell, top 5 producer ever, and Shaba saying, Robin Thicke, the song thief. That is a bit of a black mark on Pharrell here, right? I mean, they got sued for plagiarizing the beat or something along the way, and they actually ended up losing the case. Look, go ahead and hit the like button if you're hanging out in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat. We need to hit 100 likes. It's a goal every single day. Shout out to all you wonderful people out there. And remember that Chef joined us on the jimsfirearm.net hotline. Bilbo says, ask the chat, eating hot dogs, do you eat them plain or put mustard/ketchup on them? If I'm eating 2 dogs, and I have my choice, it'll probably actually be one plain and one with ketchup. No, I love chili dogs. I love getting creative, doing things like a salsa and all other sorts of things. Maybe taking like some tortilla chips and crumbling them up on top, like with the spicy mayo. There's a lot that you can do, but I think it's hard to beat a classic dog and a dog with ketchup. And I don't give a crap from Chicago. And you're like, ketchup on a hot dog, what? No, ketchup on a hot dog's delicious, dude. Love it. Absolutely love it.
I don't eat hot dogs.
I always go ketchup, mustard, and Tony's. Pretty basic.
God, I don't eat hot dogs. You and Murray, I can't believe. I mean, he's out here like counting macros. You're not eating hot dogs. It's unbelievable.
I mean, they're tasty. Don't get me wrong. Just it's not something I go to. Like if I'm going to eat something that is not great for you, it's just not going to be a hot dog.
I had a Dodger dog in 2006, and
Mario,
I still think about it sometimes.
you probably got one in your pocket right now. Like that's not weird.
I still think about it sometimes. So yes,
Hell yeah.
that was definitely the best hot dog I've ever had.
Ivory dogs are legit good. Like that is a high quality hot dog is very good. It's just that the majority of hot dogs that are consumed would not fall under the high quality.
If I'm eating a hot dog, like if I'm going in, it's going to have some chili and cheese on it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, chili cheese dogs are freaking awesome. Like I'll eat like 4 or 5 of them things. It's just that it is a whole to do.
I know Hester's answer, but would y'all ever eat a gas station hot dog?
God, no.
Yeah, I've eaten plenty in my life.
The hell is wrong
not in my
with you?
adult life. I haven't eaten them in years.
A gas station hot dog's been twirling on that little machine
in high school,
for
I used to smash
72 hours.
Quick Trip hot dogs.
The hell is wrong with you people?
I've honestly never had one, but I'm not like opposed to it.
You've never had a gas station
No,
hot dog?
they look kind of good.
It should come with a diaper and toilet paper.
Have you ever had a gas station hot dog?
No.
Have you ever had one, Danny?
No, absolutely not.
So you're the only one that's had it.
I am shocked. See, this is Bacon Trust poll question of the day. Have you ever had a gas station hot dog? Y'all have gone your entire life on this earth and never grabbed a dog off the roller.
Those things are nasty.
No. If I'm going to a
Why?
convenience store, I'm
It's a
getting
hot
like
dog.
I'm getting some M&Ms or something. If it's a road trip or like a trail mix
Danny,
with raisins and peanuts and M&Ms or something. I don't know. Not a
You
hot dog.
think that chill out, little diet boy. You think
M&Ms is a
that,
diet?
Danny, you think trail mix.
With M&Ms.
I
like the taste. Salty and sweet.
I mean, trail mix with M&Ms is delicious, to be fair. Danny, you think that a gas station hot dog is like markedly more disgusting than a concession stand hot dog? I guarantee you've had a concession stand hot dog.
I never said either one is good.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying you're acting like it's anathema. Like, no way I could eat a gas station hot dog.
The
But
gas
I
station
know
ones
you've had
are like
hot dogs of
chilling
even
there on
lesser
the roller
quality.
for like years.
Have you ever eaten red weenies? The little red hot dogs?
I mean, yeah. Joey Hester used to boil them things up.
Yeah, exactly. That's worse quality than a gas station hot dog, 100%. Hey, at least the gas station hot dog, get a nice little warm steamed bun as well. Y'all are tripping, dude. Good quick trip hot dog ain't bad. Ain't bad at all, dude. But I mean, look, I do agree with some of the gastrointestinal results of a gas station hot dog. Yeah. Okay,
Ooh,
Danny.
You picked the worst looking
First
one.
off, that is
What
this is
in the
propaganda.
actual hell
This is propaganda.
is going
This
on?
is not even the correct type of roller for a gas station hot dog. And that looks more like a breakfast sausage or a hot dog that's been horribly overcooked.
As a hot dog's been chilling there forever.
That hot dog's got acne.
Emil McClellan says, how much
Jesus.
processed meat are you putting down, T-Bob? Not a lot. I do eat a lot of turkey sandwiches. I love turkey sandwiches. Just absolutely love them. Can't get enough of them. But that would be it, basically. But if I do go hot dogs, and actually, no, that's not true. I've eaten hot dogs the past 2 NFL Sundays. But they're from Iverstein's, and they are delicious. And again, I've not had a gas station hot dog in years, but I'm not going to sit here and be so highfalutin to pretend like I'm above gas station
There's
hot
nothing
dogs.
big about being above it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. It
it's
literally is
what
that.
It's what it is. I don't like. I don't like the process that makes the hot dog, and it's not something I'm into. My family and my boys and Katie, they love hot dogs.
You haven't lived until you've not just gone gas station hot dog, but you've pressed the button and had the chili come out on the hot dog, and pressed the button and had the nacho cheese come
There
out
is
on
no
the hot
way
dog.
in hell you have put
Hell yes, dude. The gas station chili cheese
chili
dogs?
that is just
Yes.
sitting there in a plastic container on a hot dog
It's a
and eating it.
machine. Yeah, absolutely. And it comes out in a nice little stream of chili. Press the button. It's like a little, it's like a little chili fountain.
That's so nice.
Stick your mouth underneath it. And just,
Oh my God.
Just drink the chili, dude. Yeah. Have you ever even Wiener Schnitzel? You never went to the Wiener
That's a
Schnitzel?
turkey dog, by the way. Wiener Schnitzel's turkey dog.
Okay. Still a hot dog.
A lot of people don't know that.
I did not know that. That's pretty wild.
So Jamarcus used to live right across the hall from me, and I'd take him over to practice. We used to have to drive before the facility was built, and him and Sharon Carey would always be like, Hess, can we drive through Wiener Schnitzel?
Hell yeah, dude. Go get you a little juice. Get you a little energy for practice. Nothing to make you lock in, like feeling like you're about to crap yourself. Mark Humby says just don't eat gas station sushi. I have a weird thing. I love grocery store sushi. And I know it is like probably the lowest form of sushi, but I love it. I probably eat one roll a week from the grocery store. I'm pretty consistent about it.
And then if they're out, you smash rotisserie chicken.
That was one time. What Danny is alluding to there, I was very, very hungry one day, like really hungry. And I went to the grocery store to get sushi. They didn't have any. And in a weird moment of panic, I bought Hawaiian rolls and a rotisserie chicken and just smashed the entire chicken in about 5 minutes. It was wild.
That's impressive.
I love a good rotisserie, though. I mean, damn, I'll be damned.
Wait, did you smash it like in the car?
Yes. I had somewhere to go. I can't remember where. I smashed it in about 5 minutes in the car and then went wherever I had to go.
That's like Ben Polizzi.
Polizzi, our guy from
that's his whole thing.
F-Boy Island.
That's his whole thing, is eating rotisserie chicken in the car.
Oh, really? What do you mean?
That's just like old gimmick. Like, I don't know.
That dude has an 8-pack.
He listed as one of
I mean, is that healthy? I don't know. You tell me.
A rotisserie chicken, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not fried.
Well, I mean,
it's
it's
baked.
not. Yeah, I know.
It's baked chicken.
But also, like, eating the entire chicken is well over 1,000 calories. It's not the.
Yeah, but not all
not the
calories are
healthiest.
created the same.
That's fair. That's fair. On the scale of 1,000 calories, it's definitely better than smashing like a double Whopper or
I feel
something
like I'm
like
going to
that.
give you like a lesson on nutrition.
I don't need a lesson. I know the information. I just don't care about it.
But you don't, because you just said.
Bro. Eating a rotisserie chicken for one meal is not good.
If you're working out and running, a lot
It's
of
not
protein.
the worst thing. It is not the worst thing, which is why I do it. I eat rotisserie chickens all the time. But we can't sit here and act like eating an entire rotisserie chicken in 5 minutes. That's not very good.
If you're working out, you need like maybe 3,000 calories a day. If that's 1,100 of them, you still got plenty to play with.
I do also agree with Joshua Van Tassel here. Rotisserie chicken cold straight out of the fridge is pretty damn good as well. All right, let's go to break, and then we got so distracted here. We'll get to big deal or no big deal when we get back next.
OTB, OT.
Go to Riverlands Insurance today, and what you want to do really is, Riverlands Insurance is the company, right? But if you want to just check it out, man, call up our guy Thomas email. Jake is going to give you the cell phone number. Thomas and Megan can help you out. But the deal is, just see what they can offer, okay? It's like there's no like pressure to switch or anything if the offer isn't better, but maybe you find out, like one of Thomas's customers did the other day, that he can save you $3,000 on your auto policy alone. And maybe he looks at all your insurances, he saves you over $4,000 like he just recently did. And there's things like, look, a lot of times your home insurance is just rolled into your mortgage. You don't even really know what you're paying there. Let Riverlands and Thomas email get you straight today, save you some money while getting you a better policy. Riverlands Insurance.
Give Thomas a call today. He is going to answer. It is going to be his cell phone, and he can help you right then on the spot. 225-206-1517.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
When I was a boy, I spent my days climbing trees, catching fish. Barefoot in the river I walked, listening to crickets, counting stars. This was home. After my stroke, I wondered if I'd make it back to the people and places I love. But I got the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Your card matters. Your home does too.
Le posso offrire un caffè. Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare.
Jimmy Ott and Charles Henniger for the Thursday evening edition of Game Time presented by Bet Rivers. We're downtown at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar on north facing Town Square. Game Time, 6 to 8 p.m. presented by Bet Rivers on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone. Late night when you need my love. And I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing. Ever since I left the city, you
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Bilbo wants to know, would you rather Taco Bell or gas station hot dogs?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, for sure.
Well, Danny, of course you're going to answer Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's like the one exception Hester makes. That's the one like processed food I feel like he's passionate about.
He does love Taco Bell. No, I hate Taco Bell. I would literally take a gas station hot dog over Taco Bell.
They need to bring back the nacho fries.
These are my fries, not Joe's. My grandpa.
Dang it, Bobby.
My grandpa used to make a fire spam spaghetti back in the day, Jake. Some spaghetti with some spam chunks in there. Take some good white bread, make a sandwich out of it. Choo! That was a Bobby Hebert Sr. special right there, Bo. Rip. Rest in peace, Papa. You're the man. Made a hell of a turtle soup as well.
I do like turtle soup.
Spam gets a bad rap. Pop culture has told you it's gross, it looks bad, and it's definitely not healthy, right? But it technically does taste good. It's just potted meat, right? Isn't that what spam is, basically? Yeah, just potted meat. Do you have best meals potted meatloaf? I would try it. Sounds great, actually. Meatloaf is great.
In the chat, gas station hot dogs or Vienna sausages?
Vienna sausages.
I mean, Vienna sausage is pretty.
I mean, if you've ever been in a deer stand, Vienna sausages will save your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me to go against Vienna sausages in this case. Also,
I thought you would go
Pig in the blankets are like the best thing in the world. And man, I haven't had pig in the blankets forever. Wow. And that's sausage right there. Late Apex says a frying bacon without a shirt is a no-no. That is true. I've been doing a lot of bacon in the oven lately, man. I ain't been frying it up in the cast iron lately. I like it in the oven. It's very consistent. I can achieve the perfect crispiness level that I'm looking for. Try it out if you haven't yet.
That was my job at Burger King when I first started working there. They used to make me put the bacon in the oven to have it ready for the sandwiches.
Did I know that you worked at Burger King?
I don't think so.
Mario has seen behind the curtain, and instead of being appalled, he was turned on.
That is completely fair.
Hey, but that means that you got to give Mario's opinion a little extra weight in these matters, because he has quite literally seen how the sausage is made. He has seen the secret machinations of the fast food industry.
I respect the process. I trust it to this day.
Yep, exactly. There you go, dude.
He knows about all the
secret menu
items.
Mario, what's the best secret menu item?
I can't share that with y'all, man.
What?
My Burger King constituents are listening.
Wow. Wait.
You can tell them about the broiler tip, though.
You're asking for the Krabby Patty secret formula, man. Can't just give it away.
No, I'm not asking for the Krabby Patty secret formula. I'm just asking for an off-the-menu tip. That's completely different. The Krabby Patty, the secret formula would be the actual, what are you making with the meat? How are you spicing it and everything?
Yeah, but we got 345 people watching right now. My folks over on Highland might get mad at me if I'm giving out these secrets. We can revisit this over the break.
Wow. Okay.
It's not that serious.
It is not that deep.
No, dude, I love it. I think it is that deep. I love the gravity with which you are approaching this situation.
At least talking about the broiler tip.
Okay, fine. I will reveal that. You can ask for whatever you get, burger, Whopper, small burger, fresh off the broiler, and they had to put it in the broiler and give it to you fresh. You might have to wait 5 minutes.
Well, you might have to wait 5 minutes, but also something else could happen to that burger. That's a little risky. I don't know. I mean, I've literally driven up to Burger King before and been told, like, nah, man, keep driving. I'm not serving right now.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
later, dude.
I get it. It's all good. I don't think I'm going to go. I ain't going like full Karen, extra, like getting me off the broiler. Like, that's how you get your food spit on or worse.
That's not going full Karen. You're just asking them to do their job.
Look, all I'm saying is, dude, you do that. That's a little too risky. That's a little too risky for my blood. I don't know. I don't know if I do it. Let's do a little big deal or no big deal. All I'm asking you to do is
Big deal.
Yeah, do your
No
job.
Big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. And it is a big deal.
Oh my God, this is a Karen move. Champ says fast food tip. Order fries with no salt. They'll cook fresh ones, then ask for salt. Oh my God. Big deal or no big deal? Now, Dana White is disputing this. It's still being reported. So let's just act like it's true because it's not, whatever. Mark Zuckerberg has rented out the UFC event this weekend to the point where the public and the media are not allowed. He has rented out the entire thing for himself. Danny, bring up the Zuck sparring video as well there that you see in the document. Big deal or no big deal?
I mean, it's a big deal if he truly got that done. I mean, it's going to feel like is he going to have like people there? Is it just for him?
The reports were that was unclear.
Okay, well, if it's going to be just for him, I mean, you remember those pandemic UFC fights. I mean, it was quiet. You could hear every smack when you're watching it. So, I don't know. Big arena, no people in there. Could feel kind of weird.
Look at Zuck. He's an MMA bro now. Oh, you see that little. I can't help but be reminded of Steve Carell in Foxcatcher. Now he's definitely got better moves than Carell did, but this feels like the Steve Carell scene where he's like wrestling with the guys on Foxcatcher. John DuPont, you piece of trash. You absolute garbage human being, John DuPont. But shout out Zuck, man. It's no big deal because I don't really care, but it's pretty wild that he could just on a whim buy out an entire UFC event.
I'll never not think of the picture where he has sunscreen all over Justice's face.
I know, dude. Oh, look at the armbar. Almost had it, Zuck. Triangle, what? Yeah, that guy tapped. Okay. Whatever. Hey, if I'm Zuck's trainer, I am jump. How high? What do you need? When? Where? I'm there. Okay. Just invite me to the UFC party. Mayo says dude spars a few times and rents out a UFC event. Yeah.
It's flex. It is a flex.
Big deal or no big deal? Joey Bosa on IR for the rest of the season.
Huge deal, gigantic deal, big deal, massive deal, all of them. Oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, after all the buildup, unfortunately, it feels like the Chargers season has been just railroaded by things just by bad luck, frankly.
Bush League vote.
Yeah. At least the Raiders suck.
That's true.
So,
very true.
That's cool.
Denver is not very good either.
Did you have a big deal or no big deal?
I did. I'm sorry, that one hit a little too close to home.
Yeah.
Big deal or no big deal, the Northwestern Wildcats are getting a new football stadium. So Northwestern announced Wednesday they're going to build a new Ryan Field and replace the current 97-year-old football stadium with a state-of-the-art facility featuring a reduced seating capacity and greater emphasis on the fan experience. They're going to go from 47,000 seats to 35,000 seats and have state-of-the-art features. Don't know what that means, but they are going to also have a couple of restaurants with a Chicago flair to them within the stadium. Big deal or no big deal?
No big deal because Northwestern football won't be good enough for it to matter, but it's cool, man. Like, I'm sure there will be, like you said, like the football will be is what it is, and maybe they have a couple good years here or there. But certainly it's probably pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
No, it looks cool as hell. And if you lived in Chicago, like, I'm sure it's going to be a great event space for things like concerts and other stuff like that. But no big deal really to my existence or to college football.
They've made 2 Big Ten championship games in the last 5 years. It's
Bro, they're so bad.
They're bad this year.
And they were bad
awful.
last
They're awful.
year.
They beat your Cornhuskers, but
how many years in a row have they been awful now? 2?
Just 2, because
And 3
it
of
used
4?
to be even years they'd make the Big Ten championship. That was kind of the joke.
But like even before the pandemic, they were bad, right? And they were randomly good during the pandemic, and now they're awful again.
I do like how teams are starting to go to these like soccer-like 35,000 seat stadiums, not trying to build something that's too big.
How many is this?
35.
Oh, that's okay. I missed that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, San Diego State just did the same thing. That's what you need to do. UCLA needs to do the same thing on campus. I know the Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl, but unfortunately, I think that's what they're going to have to do.
They are building it with private funds, by the way, as well. Northwestern has a lot of money. One of the guys that started it was, I don't know if he started Northwestern, but he was involved kind of on the ground floor. It was Rockefeller back in the day. So they got plenty of money. Hey, remember, if you want to win plenty of money or lose it or just have fun, go to DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Jake just stays winning parlays. I've never seen anything like it. He's trying to teach us his ways right now. We are so I've already got a ton of bets in on college football this weekend. Again, heavy on LSU because I'm dumb and I'm charging back into that fray once more. If you sign up for DraftKings today, use the promo code Baton Rouge.
21 or older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. Minimum $5 deposit. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. 7867.
Big deal or no big deal? If you look at the O-line Pac-12 rankings right now, Jake, according to PFF, USC has the number 1 center, Brett Nealon.
No big
the
deal.
number 1 guard, Andrew Voorhees.
No big
the
deal.
number 3 guard, Justin Dedich.
No big
And the
deal.
number 3 offensive tackle, Jonah Monheim.
Not a big deal either.
Unbelievable. Could you for once be objective? For once in your life. Pathetic. Huge deal. Fight on. Okay. Any more, boys, before we go to break?
Big deal. Or,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead. I mean, we got time. He's not dictating this. Go ahead. You got one.
All right.
Hey, how about somebody put something in the freaking document? Why else do we have it?
I'm about
for
to,
you. I don't
I
even
didn't know
use
that
it.
you had anything, and now we're up against the clock.
Bro,
Why would I
Damn
put
it.
that in there?
I'm
I don't
about
care
to
about
discuss
that.
something you said was going to go in the document, and it's not in the document. So,
what?
Pelicans
I
head
still
coach.
write on like note paper. I don't care about your document.
Willie
ahead.
Green said that Zion Williamson looked, quote, amazing.
Oh, yeah, I did want that in.
And, quote, dominated in the team scrimmages for the Pelicans yesterday. I don't think it's a big deal till Zion does it in a game, but it is a good sign. Big deal.
It's a big deal because he hasn't played 5-on-5 in like 500 days, and he kicked ass, apparently.
Oh, big deal, yeah. I mean, I'm with you. He's healthy. He looks good. Danny, you look good on the basketball court. Big deal or no big deal? I had a basketball as well. Steve Nash says he doesn't care if Ben Simmons ever shoots a jump shot for the Brooklyn Nets because of the versatility and unique skill set that he brings to the team.
No big deal, but I like this technique from Nash, right? I mean, just make him feel comfortable, dude. Ben Simmons is going through some things.
I bet Mario's got to take.
That's a big deal. Learn how to shoot past 3 feet, dude. I saw a meme, man. I saw a meme earlier. It was so funny. It was like when she says she wants a guy that don't play, and it was a picture of Ben Simmons.
Very good. All right. Coming up next, let's close out the show with a little Ask the Bench.
OTB, OT.
Hey, check it out, y'all. Right now in Baton Rouge, look around you, okay? Baton Rouge is greatly expanding, right? There's all sort of like interstate jobs about to go down and whatnot. And the point is, if you have ever considered getting into like construction management or drafting programs, if you want to learn about piping, electrical instrumentation, civil or structural, architectural, it's all there for you at ITI Technical College, a local family-owned trade school right here in Baton Rouge. Okay, so if you want to change your life in just 1 to 2 years, get off your butt, go tour the campus today, go to iticollege.edu, sign up, and let them get you on the path to a better future.
Yeah, it's an incredible campus. 7 acres over there on Airline Highway in Baton Rouge. And so we always tell you, because it's the truth, they want to get you to the finish line. They're going to work with your schedule. Call admissions today, 877-591-1070.
This week on DropBiscuit.com or wherever you listen to podcasts is our new series, Pops, the Louis Armstrong story. Pops is brought to you by New Orleans & Company. Check out NewOrleans.com and come visit New Orleans.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance.
Acura summer of performance. This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Join us for a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. Luke Johnson's drinking tea in London, so he's out. But Jason Caldwell of Inside the Auburn Tigers give us a look at those Auburn Tigers. Hunt and Hill, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You want to tell me what this is all about?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying and chalk.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Rip Coolio. Passed away at 59 yesterday, man. Young. The Saints open practice today to Gangster's Paradise, right? Stretching. Honoring Coolio. One of the all-time great songs here.
Dangerous Minds. Movie. That's what it's from.
Really?
Michelle Pfeiffer's in this
So
video.
I was going to say, I actually don't know much about Coolio. To me, I knew this song growing up, and then I knew that Coolio did the intro for Keenan and Kel. And I thought Keenan and Kel was like the coolest show ever. So I always loved that. In fact, boys, let me know whenever you have it. Right now, though. Oh, wait, real quick. Look. Pretty nostalgic day music-wise today, right? Make you feel younger. Maybe like when you were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to capture that throughout your day and just in general life, you want to go to Rejuve Me Medical. Restore Me, Refuel Me, Rejuve Me. Go get your labs drawn today. Meet with an expert. Have that consultation. See where your body's deficient. Maybe even catch some red flags that are going on inside of your body. It's like a great way to just get a general health check. But meet with Rejuve Me Medical and let them customize a plan for you to get you where you want to be. Maybe it's HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Maybe it's not. You know what it is? The answer. Okay, the answers for you feeling better and getting that energy back are all at Rejuve Me Medical. Rob Boucher says need to play the Weird Al version. Was that Amish Paradise?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Amish Paradise is great as well. Let me know when you have the Keenan Kelly. Oh, you got the song? Play it just to jog my memory. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Hit the audio. Hey, dude. Siegfried and Roy and Abbott and Costello. He rhymed those. That was really good, man. Also, he was kind of right. Keenan always scheming to the top. I mean, look at our guy now. Didn't he just host the Emmys or something?
Yeah, he came up in a big way.
Ask the Bench. Brought to you by Cold Coors Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Jake, if you were to go to the beach, Caribbean, first song you would play, is it Toes by Zach Brown Band or No Shirt, No Shoes, No Problem by Kenny Chesney?
I don't really like either one of those songs.
I mean, for me, it would be either Bob Marley or Enya. But if I had to choose between those two, it'd be Chesney.
I don't know that I'm going either one.
Wow.
I'm trying to think what to go to. I mean, y'all know me. I'm an old soul. Like, I'm probably going to go something a little bit older.
Ask the Bench. Do you think LSU has an outside chance of going to the playoffs? No. Ask the Bench.
Quit.
I mean, do you? No. I mean, what are we talking about?
I don't.
There's no chance.
Nobody asked you, Mario.
Yeah, but I'm asking you. Answer the question.
I don't answer those questions till week 6 in my contract.
Unbelievable. Do you think LSU was an 18.5-point favorite in 2012 and barely squeaked out a win? Will we see a repeat nail biter on Saturday? Somebody's been listening to Moscona. He's been hammering this.
What?
Just that like that 2012 Auburn team was awful and the LSU one was really good. It was a really close game. You know what the difference was? You had Les Miles on the harsh decline versus Brian Kelly's staff with Matt House and Mike Denbrock. So, no, I don't think you're going to see a repeat of that on Saturday. Raleigh Ashhead and company is terrible.
How's like Scone and T gone since like you now have full access to the film and you have actual like stats and you've put your eyes to the tape and kind of some of those debates?
It's going well. You know, I think, you know, it's still both sides win. But, you know, I did have to kind of push back against some of the run game stuff. Like that was a bit of a conversation that we had last night. Nookie says, #AskTheBench. Why are there no Vienna sausages in Vienna, Austria?
Great question.
Do we know that there's not?
Yeah, he lived there.
Oh. So we do know that there's not.
Yep.
Todd Hoover asked the bench. Any news on LSU basketball? Oh, dude, we forgot to mention this. Matt McMahon opens practice. He broke the huddle, sprinted down to the other side of the court, and knocked down 7 of 11 threes.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Played at App State.
I don't know what
Will
it was
Wade
like.
wasn't doing that.
He got game.
Was it just establishing dominance?
Yeah.
Just like, team on 3, 1, 2, and the coach takes off.
I'm the alpha.
Wow. Just nailing him.
Yeah.
7 of 11, bro. Let's go, dude. Okay. Look at McMahon.
OTB.
right here.
OT.
Ooh, boy, that's
Wet.
a stroke. That's a stroke right there, Bo. If you have a stroke, go to Patient Plus Urgent Care. No, I'm just kidding. You should probably go to the ER. But if you have, if you smell burnt toast or your words are getting mixed up, go to the emergency room. But if you're just feeling a little sick, little something more slight, you should go to Patient Plus Urgent Care. Where you get quality care for life's little unexpected moments. Like that ear infection that I could not afford to get. And because I already have a digital profile established with Patient Plus, it took me 20 minutes to get in and out, y'all. And the facility is just second to none. All your occupational medicine needs, they got you set up as well. Go to patientplusurgentcare.com.
PatientPlusUC.com is the website. They're going to be convenient for you in an inconvenient time. Always 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. That is every single day. You can schedule that appointment online, but certainly walk-ins are welcome as well.
Also, they're offering now a dual test for both the flu and COVID. If you need it, go see them today.
Shop, Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style. Oh, yeah!
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old marks. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and the crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance.